Then I think that was the panel where she asked, when she was doing the thing, she asked, like, who knows what Zettai Nyoiki means?
Everybody's like, I know.
No, Nick, I thought of you, Nick, because you would know what it means, right?
Absolute territory.
Yeah,
it's absolute territory.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Anime Summit Podcast. It's your favorite host of the most, Sam the Bomb. And with me, of course, this week is Dannie.
Hello.
Knockington.
You are Kenuff.
And last week, we put out an EX episode. I just had this episode with King recorded because we had to take a little break since Dannie was at Otakon and Nick was out of town. But that's why we're back this week to talk about Otakon. And guess who Dannie went with? She went with Kai.
It's me, back again.
And Sen.
Hi.
Yay!
Yay.
Not the first time
yeah.
Sen has done stuff with the Plummet in the Summit, by the way. Okay, the first thing we did was we were on a Studio 4C episode of the Plummet. You should go listen to that episode.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of the things that I'm working on. That doesn't matter. We'll talk about it later. Anyways, I'm glad you two are here.
Discord Mount Rushmore, the listener Mount Rushmore.
I'm glad you guys are here. I'm very excited for you guys to tell me about all the stuff you guys did at Otakon with Dannie and Dannie to tell us, because I haven't been to a con in so long, so it's just so cool seeing all the pictures and stuff. And I don't know, man. I feel like cons kind of scare me nowadays. I want to go, though. After seeing you guys go, I want to go. But I'm very excited. So let's just jump right in. Okay, links.animesummit.net. You can go there to Subba Ding Dong, listen, follow, and watch the pod show. Okay, and then also something I want to mention. I want to mention a few things. Okay, I know I said this a couple weeks ago, but for real now, like, we're getting close to opening our merch store, and when that's open, patrons are gonna have early access to it first, and then so if you're a patron, you know, you guys will have first digs at all of the merch we got going on there. There's a few things in there, some shirts, I think there's a mug, some other stuff, and then we'll open it to everyone else, and we'll let you know all those dates, all those pertinent dates and everything like that. So I'm very excited about that. There's also some other gonna be some cool Weebery things on there, not just Anime Summit wise, but, you know, things to let people know that you're like, yeah, I watch anime and I'm a weeb and I'm a yutz. I don't care. I got figures. Okay, fuck you.
Is there a titty mouse pad?
No, I'm actually. That's so funny that you said that, and I didn't want to say anything, but because you said it, I actually am talking with the manufacturer right now about those. So yeah, so just,
oh my god.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it'll
Yeah.
feel like bags of sand, dude.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but just no, that's funny. That's so fucking funny, dude. You're such a fucking pervert. No, like, yeah. No, there. I won't show. I won't tell people what it is, but yeah. So yeah, dude. Merch store. That's what's up. Shout out
Better
to the
idea,
patron.
Sam. Honey Bear mouse pad.
It's just one big round dome, and you have to put your whole arm over it to get to your mouse. Yeah. Shout out to new patron Votary GG. Shout out Votary GG. I love you, buddy. Thank you for becoming a patron. I appreciate it very much. And anime emoji quiz.
Oh yeah, I started it back up. I took a week off.
Yeah, Nick had to go to the bathroom.
So far, I'm only doing it on Discord, but eventually I'll post it on like Twitter or something like that, or probably all the social media. Why not?
Yeah,
and by me, I mean Dannie.
Speaking of new social media, we made a TikTok account, by the way. I'll make sure that's on the link tree. And by the time you hear this episode, there will be a pinned TikTok. That pinned TikTok will let you know why you should follow our TikTok, and, you know, maybe you can stitch it, maybe you can let people know, all that good stuff, okay? And then, yeah, because we're going to have fun making little dumb videos and shorts like that. If I can, I plan on taking a lot of these photos from Otakon and making a little montage on TikTok. So if you want to see the photos that we're talking about, then you should go sub to our TikTok or follow us on TikTok, and it'll be there as well. Okay, by the time you listen to this, hopefully. Okay. That being said, listener question of the week. We're gonna skip this and just get Sen's 1-1 because this is not technically, but like Sen's first time on the actual summit. You know, they were on the plummet before, and so yeah. What's your anime you love, anime you hate, or well, didn't enjoy as much if you don't hate any? But I guess.
The anime that I love, Nick reminded me, is gonna be Sunny Boy. Great anime, very rewatchable. Anime I hate, and this is the first one that I thought of, is Origairu, teen romantic comedy snafu.
Good choice.
Insufferably boring. I hate that shit.
How about the backgrounds? Were
Very
they ugly?
upset.
Were the BGs
Horrible.
ugly?
Oh my god. Very upset I wasted my time watching that.
That's like the opposite of a Sen anime.
Waifu and Husbando, Danny, what do you got?
Waifu is Agate from Witch Hat, and Husbando is Millions Knives wearing a thong from Trigun Stampede.
That photo will be the first photo I use in our little TikTok montage.
And the
of this.
reason and the reason why I picked these two is because one, Sen and I saw a Witch Hat cosplay, and the cosplayer was cosplaying as Agate. And while we were walking around the artist alley, there was a booth with a cardboard cutout of Knives with his with his ass facing you, and there was like a thong like bolted
A plastic
to
thong.
yeah, like it was like bolted to like the cardboard cutout, and people would just put in dollars in there and stuff.
The
thong
when
was
we
held
got
up by
there-
his cheeks alone.
Exactly. When we got there, they had like just emptied it of dollar bills, and then people were immediately like,
putting
climbing over
more
each
in.
other
Yeah.
to put more ones in.
Missed
So fucking
opportunity of getting a picture of me and Sen putting $1
Oh man.
in the thong. Like
Oh, that should
totally
be on the.
total missed opportunity.
You guys
with
didn't take
that.
a picture of that?
No.
All right.
Well, they did. Studio Orange did tweet it out, right? They saw it.
Yes, yeah.
over
So someone bought the cutout, and whoever purchased the cutout was like hanging around some like tables and chairs and stuff, and like Watanabe and like the rest of the people who were from Orange who came to Otakon saw it, and they put like Watanabe put $1 in the thong, and like they took a picture with the cardboard cutout and stuff, and it's all over on Twitter and everything. So yeah,
That's too good.
yeah.
That's too good. All right, dude. Main topic, Otakon. Dannie, Kai, and Sen, take us through the con each day and let us know all the fun you had and stuff. I'm really jelly that you guys got to meet Danny before me. That's really fucked up, so fuck all of you, but it's fine. That being said, I did send some gifts and I'm glad Sen and Kai got those, so thank you, Danny, for doing that.
You're welcome.
I also sent some cockroaches, and hopefully they're all over your car.
Put a fish in the wheel well.
Fish in the wheel. We grumpy old men, Danny. Just throw a dead fish in the back. God, dude. Oh, dude. Okay. So seriously, honestly. It pretty much was like, because, and I don't want to say where. I mean, if you guys don't care, then go ahead. But like, Sen is a state away from Danny, and then, then you went back the other way, and then grabbed Kai on the way, right? And then, drove up to,
Well, let me take it from here.
Yeah. You take that bitch. You go off.
Yeah, I did. It's fine. You can dox me. I live in Richmond, so they live in parts down south, and they carpooled up to meet me in Richmond on
Thursday, and we've been planning this for like quite some time of a
Yeah, I
just an anime
think
summit meetup for a
I think we
while.
started planning it like back in January.
I think it was December or
Was it that long
Was
ago?
Yeah,
I
it was.
think
It was a
so.
while ago.
That's when I booked the Airbnb.
But that's another benefit of joining the Discord, right? So links to animesummit.net and join the Discord. But yeah. So then carpool to you. Yep.
Yeah, and we came so it was us three and James, right? It was
Yeah,
recorded
my
with
partner
James.
came with us as well. So it was the four of us, and then we did a whole switcheroo of the cars, and Kai pretty much drove the rest of the way up to DC, where we met Hunter, who was also like bunking in with us at the B&B and stuff. So it was pretty much majority of the con. It was the five of us, so it was Kai, Sen, myself, my partner James, and Hunter, and also Kai's cousin Sarah came with us as well, but she only stayed for like a day and a halI or so.
Yeah,
Shout out, Sarah.
We met up with a lot of people, and I will send this to Sarah too. Yeah, I'm asking her if she has any pictures from the weekend, because I only took one picture with her in it. It's like she's like need the memories.
Yeah.
But yeah, we met up with a bunch of other people, not just for the entire duration of staying at the Airbnb, but we saw so many people, even some other people from the Discord, and we'll get into that.
Yeah.
So that first Thursday we drive up. The con starts on Friday. We drive up, and then I had to run to get my badge because I got registered late as a panelist because I gave a panel at this con. But
did they comp your badge?
They sure did, which is why I didn't buy it until later. So I had to run and get it on Thursday before Friday. So instead of parking, we just made James take the wheel and then drive around DC while I went and get my badge, and went fine, great.
People were already cosplaying.
Yeah, like
on
people were already
Thursday.
walking around, dressed
Oh,
up.
that's dope.
Yeah.
Too
It's-
excited
and-
for the con.
Sen was all like, "Look at all these weebs."
Disgusting.
It's right in DC too, so it's like a block away from the Capitol and all
Yeah.
the Library of Congress and all that stuff.
Oh, the swamp.
Yeah, basically.
It's really,
That's a
it's like actually swampy weather there too. It's like really hot, isn't
That's
it?
a story for Friday. It's just
Yeah.
jumping-
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, then James almost ran over a small child who was jaywalking at the wrong time. This guy pushed his stroller.
Oh.
You remember
Guy
that? This guy
pushing-
pushed his...
Guy pushing a stroller. James stopped in the middle of the intersection to let him go, and then more people just started walking, and this woman was all like, "Sorry, our turn." And like we're just waiting, and like there are just like cars just everywhere and stuff. It was a hot mess. I kept asking James, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" Because he does not like driving in big cities like DC and Atlanta. Like he just gets
I don't
very
either. Yeah.
he
Oh,
just
yeah.
gets very frustrated and everything.
Nobody
Whereas
likes driving
I'm pretty much from New York, so I'm used to like the anxiety of like big city driving. So
Danny's middle finger is stronger than the U.S. Marines.
Can I say though that James is a complete trooper? Like he was so good the entire weekend. I cannot
Yeah,
speak highly
yeah.
enough for
Yeah.
James. And,
Yeah.
Shout outs to James. And then in that evening we had dinner at the Lao place, or Laotian food.
Oh yeah.
That was great.
Mhm.
I don't know how did you guys feel about that?
My food was great.
Yeah, I enjoyed my food, except I wish I would have finished it, but I felt Thursday night and into like Friday morning, I was feeling like a little nauseous, and I think it was because I was just so dehydrated. And also that was like my second meal of that day for Thursday. So
Well, and then
like,
before that,
James
you
and-
had a Senachino, didn't you? You had a
A
Senachino.
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 You had a Senachino
send
sitting
me
in
Oh,
your belly.
lattes when we
That's what
picked them
made
up.
that's what made you nauseous, Danny.
Yeah, you
No,
gotta eat something.
that's no.
Well, not the Senachino itself, but I'm just saying like,
No,
you gotta eat
well,
something.
I think we found the
Well, that was
missing
the
link.
thing. Like when James and I left in the morning to head to Sen's house, we did have breakfast, and then
Oh, okay. Well then.
yeah, we did have breakfast in the morning, and then when we got to Sen's place, they gave us lattes. We had a potty break, and I had like some snacks.
You blew up
in
Sen's
between,
toilet.
but
Didn't flush.
other than that, between picking up Sen and then heading to Kai's house and then heading up to DC, we did not eat in between, really, an actual meal. Like we had like some snacks because I brought a bunch of snacks with me. So so that, I was just feeling like super super nauseous, and I was also low-key disappointed that the water we had at that place was
Room temperature.
literally room temperature. It wasn't even cold
Almost
or anything like that.
warm.
Did you guys
Yeah.
not see the filter in the big tub of water in the refrigerator?
No, at
No.
the restaurant. The
Yeah,
water
no,
the
no, no.
restaurant was
Oh,
serving.
yeah,
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
restaurant. I thought you meant in the house. I was like, you
No,
guys
no,
are
no,
crazy.
no. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
no,
in
no,
the-
no.
It was
Yeah,
this much. It was like a fairly nice restaurant, and I was like, this must be like a class thing. Like, I just don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
The
I
room
should be
temperature.
drinking warm water.
Wait, like your economic class? They're like,
Yeah.
oh, you look poor. Oh, disgusting.
Drinking cold water.
The
It's gotta be.
peasants.
It's gotta be a cultural thing, right? Like it has to be.
Maybe. Also, that was the restaurant where the waitress kept complimenting Kai.
Oh my god.
Oh
Like-
yeah,
like
complimented
3
on your
times.
yeah, complimented on your shirt, complimented
credit
on your
card.
card.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have like a custom credit card with like the picture on
I
it?
do. Yes, it's custom artwork that I commissioned of my Dungeon Fighter Online character and
Oh,
Akko
nice,
from
nice.
Little Witch Academia.
Because
Yep.
I know Quokka had custom cards like that too. I think, or he had one of them like that.
Yeah. Big weeb energy, but
You
yeah.
should have brought that waitress, huh?
So I was like, I asked the guys afterwards. I was like, was she coming on to me? Like, I'm autistic. I
Kai,
don't know these things. You gotta tell
Everybody
me.
is. That's the secret. You just have to assume. You can't take chances.
Oh my god.
not taking advice from Nick on this.
No, please don't. We all did establish. I think even James mentioned you shouldn't really pick someone up from while they're working and everything like that. Or I think that's what we.
That's the
all
best time
agreed
because then they
on.
can't escape.
No, get out of here.
That's the opposite of good advice.
Captive
So
audience.
glad Nick wasn't with us.
You have all the time in the world to win them. You have 8 hours to win them over.
God damn
Anyway,
it.
the Lao food was great. It's so spicy. It was so good. I had a great time.
Yeah.
I thought that was a brilliant idea, and it wasn't even that expensive.
Yeah, and it wasn't that far from where the house was either. It
Literally around the corner.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you did an Airbnb.
What did you guys think about the Airbnb?
I had a great time.
It was
good.
fine.
It was
Can't
good,
speak for
yeah.
anyone else.
It was
Sen
fine.
had like the master
but
bedroom. And
there-
everyone else
there
slept
were
on the
some-
floor.
When Danny starts a review of anything like that, it was fine, but
It was I mean it did its job. It gave us shelter and everything.
there was a
Had-
roof.
It had a roof. It no,
Had water and
the
electricity.
roof wasn't leaking or anything like that.
Great location.
Yeah, it was a good location. My issue was the showers and the curtains.
They were so tiny.
They were-
so. It was like showering in prison or like a boat or something. Like it was like, why are the showers this small? It was like they were
Yeah.
retrofitted after the
Oh,
fact.
Yeah.
like Sims showers, like it's like a 2x2 like square
Yes.
or something.
It was
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
probably 2 feet by 2 feet, probably
Yeah.
maybe less.
That's funny.
Yeah, and I was pretty much hugging the shower curtain because the fucking shower head was like a handheld kind of thing, and it wasn't. It was literally aiming at the shower curtain, and I'm just I don't know whose bits, like body parts were on this thing. Like, I don't want to be touching this fucking shower curtain while I'm showering. Like,
I left the shower curtain open because like
Just splashed water everywhere?
No, the opening is so small. Like my body is blocking the water. Like it's
Oh,
not.
yeah.
It's
You're
so
standing
tiny,
in
it's
front
not
of it like
gonna
a
go
fucking
anywhere.
like
The
Goku in front of a
shower?
spirit
Yeah,
bomb, just like
it's
ah.
a redundancy.
the shower was also not small people proof. Like, I had to go on my tippy toes in order for me to reach my shampoo and my face wash.
That's why Kai booked it.
It was unusually high.
Yeah,
just
like
one
I
more
was
thing
just like,
about
why is it there? Why?
And I felt bad for
understand.
James too, because like
Oh gosh,
James is
well,
not a
James
small
is
person.
Yeah, James is a big guy, and like, you know, he kind of I'm pretty sure he kind of felt like Will Ferrell in Elf when he's like taking a shower in the little elf bathtub. I feel like James was like that. I felt so bad for him.
That sounds like my size shower though. I could fit in that.
You
I'd have
should've
to
come.
I'd have to jump to get all the stuff though. Danny's on tiptoes. I'd have
Nick,
to
you're
jump.
taller than me. Why do you keep talking like you're the
I
shortest?
like to lower
motherfucker?
expectations. It's funny.
Oh my
Should
god.
have taken a picture of those showers. Damn, I forgot about it.
I think I'm
Kai
pretty.
takes a selfie while he's in the shower. Hey, I made the salad while I was in the shower, like Kramer.
So then, after you settled in the Airbnb and saw how small the shower was, and Danny tripped on the curtains or whatever, then what happened?
So we're going into Friday now. Should we talk about Friday?
Yeah, we kind of went to bed
This is gonna
Thursday
be a long
night,
one.
and then we go into Friday, really. So
Yeah. So we talked before, and there were like really no panels that we wanted to see early on Friday, and that's kind of the roughest part of any convention, you know, because some people are still working, and like nobody wants to get to the 9 a.m. on a Friday, be at the con. And I know this personally because one year I gave a panel at 9 a.m. At a convention, and just nobody showed up.
It's not the best time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's like, yeah. So there weren't any good panels.
at
that we
least for
wanted
the
to see.
first day and stuff, I feel like
Oh,
it would
yeah.
be different on a Saturday, like on a weekend.
And we did get there at 9 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
But anyway, so we were like, I was like, I'll just wait till my cousin Sarah was coming in from New York City. She's a nurse in New York City, and she's taking the train into Union Station at 10:30. And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna wait for her. So these guys decided to come along, and we had Shake Shack. We went into the Shake Shack, but we had to walk to Union Station, and we were like, yeah, we can walk. We're good for it. And
Nope.
man, that's that swamp weather that you were talking about.
Oh,
Nick.
yeah.
That's 95 degrees, 97 degrees, I
Oh,
think it
gosh,
was.
it was
And like what is it, like
awful.
70% humidity or some crazy amount?
Oh,
Like,
it was,
It was
so
awful.
bad.
wait, how far did
absolutely
you have to walk?
It was like not even a mile, less than a mile to
Yeah.
Union Station.
No,
but
rookie
it was still-
mistake. Take an
Yeah.
Uber.
Well, so that's what
Take a
so
1 mile Uber.
So we learned that lesson, and our Airbnb was 1 mile from the con, and we did not walk to the con ever again. We took.
I mean, that's a
No.
cheap Uber ride, right?
It was.
So,
It was like $9 or whatever.
especially if you share it, right? So
Yep. But anyway, so we were all exhausted and nauseous, and then getting Shake Shack and burgers. and
Well,
milkshakes.
everyone else was fine except for me.
You were suffering, Danny. I felt bad.
I know. I was so worried that morning because I'm like, oh no, like if I feel nauseous right now and I end up like puking, then I'm just gonna be super mad at myself because I'm like gonna miss an entire day of a con, and like I did not want that to happen. So, and I knew it was because I was still dehydrated from the drive up, and you know it's summertime, and like we walked in like freaking disgusting humidity. So yeah, so I was like super worried. I was just like, yeah, I'm just not gonna eat anything heavy right now, not until like we got into the convention center, because then by the time like we were sitting in Union Station waiting for Sarah, you know, I was just trying to get myself to cool down and everything. So And then once Sarah came, I believe Kai, you, Sarah, and Hunter went back to the B&B. So then me, Sen, and James went to the convention center, and that's kind of when we like split off a little bit. James, once we got to the convention center, James actually went to a like sword fighting workshop kind of thing. I wish I knew what it was. I probably should have asked him what it was, but he was really interested in that. He didn't get to participate. He was just observing at the time. So, but he said it was really interesting. They went really into detail on like, I believe, some like Edo sword fighting techniques or something like that. I'm not sure. So, but he really enjoyed that. And Sen and I were kind of just like walking around because we didn't really have anything until, I think it was like 11 or something, the first, or 12 o'clock or something like that. The first panel that we wanted to go to started.
Mm-hmm.
So did you guys not head to the dealer's room immediately?
No, we didn't go straight to the dealer's room. We were kind of just walking around. We actually ended up going into like the little gaming hall thing, and that's when we sat down, and that's when I actually got something to eat and stuff. So, but I forgot to say something really important. So the first day, I actually wore my Fruits Basket shirt.
Oh, yeah.
But it was it wasn't like, it didn't have like characters on them. It had like the characters' animals on it. So like all the Zodiac animals were on this shirt. And Kai asks me, what is the show from? And I'm like, just look really carefully on what
it's like a cow and a rat.
Is.
And I'm like, I don't know.
And there was like a rice
on,
ball, and he
dude.
thought it was an egg and stuff like that. I'm just like, really look at this.
It's from that Battle Royale show that we watched.
and
Tyson.
then he's like, oh, it's from
Yeah.
Fruits Basket. And then Kai just told me, I bet you $10 no one at the convention is going to know what that shirt is from. And not even, maybe like 10 minutes into us arriving at the convention hall, I went to go up to a food stand to order food, and while I was waiting, someone tapped my shoulder and I turned around and they complimented me on my shirt. So
get fucked,
I
Kai.
really
Danny paid him $5 to say that. Easy
told-
$5
I-
right there.
After that happened, I literally went up to Sen and was like, Sen, you will never believe what happened. And I cannot wait until I see Kai to tell him in his face. Like,
We had like barely gotten in the building.
Wow. I admit defeat. And I did buy Danny some gifts, I
Yes.
found some card captor Sakura chopsticks later on. I found them.
yeah. Which I've used, by the way.
good.
They're great.
I thought they were cute.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was like one of the highlights of the con is when I proved Kai wrong.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Like literally one of the most popular shoujos ever. No one's gonna know what that is.
Yeah.
Danny.
So, like, I've seen Fruits Basket, right? Like, I reviewed, I did a year-end review for the last season. I watched the Fruits Basket. I liked it. It was good. And then I just didn't. It wasn't like the characters were on it, It was just like tiny pictures of dogs.
That's why you didn't
and...
know, because you didn't watch the first 2 seasons.
Okay, maybe that. Maybe there's.
Wait,
tiny pictures
why
of
wouldn't you watch the
dogs
first
in
2 seasons if you were reviewing it?
I read the summary.
Oh my god. Okay.
I asked ChatGPT.
Got the spark.
Give me an
notes.
opinion on Fruits Basket.
She has a love triangle with Yuki and the cat guy. Like, I get it.
Kyo.
5
His
out of
name is-
10.
his
mid.
name is Kyo.
Extra mid.
You fucking bitch.
He's the cat. He's ostracized. He had a bad time growing up.
Yeah.
Kai gives it a 5.5 out of 10.
Actually, the last season was fantastic. Even if you hadn't spent a ton of time with the characters.
6.5.
All right.
But that's neither here nor there. Where am I going? Okay, so I would like to bring up that if we're talking about outfits, that Sen was cosplaying Coraline for all of Friday.
Oh my fucking god.
I'm gonna lose it.
Oh
The best part is that, like, literally every single day, whether I was in cosplay or not, I had people asking if I was Coraline.
Oh my gosh.
God damn.
Wait,
Every
who is
day.
Coraline? And why isn't it Caroline?
Coraline? Like the movie.
It's a
The
story.
kids movie.
It's a stop motion
what?
movie based on Neil Gaiman's novel.
All right, I'm gonna look it up.
You'll know that one meme image of the guy at the computer.
Button Eyes. Selleck. Henry
From
Selleck.
2009. Oh,
Henry
yeah, that
Selick,
does
yes.
look a little bit.
James and the Giant Peach. Okay, anyways.
So, anyways, Sen was not cosplaying Coraline. They were cosplaying Ioto from Wonder Egg Priority, but
Greatest anime of all time.
yeah, right.
Almost.
And that like rubs me the wrong way that you're at an anime convention and people would think Coraline instead of an actual anime character.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I'm just a huge fan of
kind
claymation.
I get it, because, like, the bright yellow and the
It
blue
does look the
hair.
same.
Can't blame him, honestly.
I will blame them because literally the second day you were dressed as Meryl from Stampede
Trigun,
and
yeah.
Trigun, and someone was all like, "Oh, you remind me of Coraline," and it's like, what?
or even the last day too, right?
And then the last day, you weren't even dressed up. You were
Hey,
just
it's
wearing
Coraline.
Yellow, though.
You were wearing yellow, and we did mention like, "Oh, I hope you don't get mentioned that you look like Coraline."
No, but there was this girl who was cosplaying Coraline. She comes up to me, and I'm like in regular clothes, and she's like, "Are you Coraline?" I was like, "No."
I am now.
Oh my god.
You should have lied to her.
That must be a bigger movie than I realized. I never knew that.
I think there's been a small resurgence in
There's
in
a
popularity
following for
on
it. I
TikTok.
feel, yeah, it's probably that.
People have been doing like deep
Oh,
dives on
TikTok memes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk dealers halls? Because that's what I did Friday after I split up with you guys. I was walking around with Sarah for most of the time.
Yeah.
And
Now,
we
who
were
is
talking-
Sarah? Is she in any of these pictures?
Oh my god,
she's-
dude.
She's the blonde girl. She's like a pretty blonde girl, and it was funny because she was like.
Wait, did you say
asking me-
that was your cousin or somebody that you?
Yeah. She's my cousin.
Oh,
You've told him
okay,
like
okay.
5 times.
You know what? A lot of people, Sam. I'm bad with names.
The one with the
She's-
pink hair is Danny, just so you know.
Oh, the Utna girl? That's Danny? Okay.
Oh, God.
No. So anyway,
Go ahead,
yeah,
Guy.
she's into Yu Yu Hakusho and Inuyasha and
Nice.
just talking to me about Ghibli movies. And she was like she was going around watching all the cosplayers, and she was like, I want to get into cosplay. I want to get big into it. I want to do stuff with it. And she was asking about
Oh,
like
yeah.
Sailor Moon lore, right? And Danny, she was asking me about the 5th season of Sailor Moon and are there Sailor soldiers outside of our solar system? And I was like, oh boy, let's talk about it. And as we're walking
Sailor
around the
Krypton.
dealer crawl, but I was just like, you can get a cosplay outfit pretty easily, and if you're a pretty girl, then like making a cosplay is like, I don't know, you could do it pretty easily and
Yeah.
get to
Just
You
walk
can-
around and they'll call you
buy
Coraline.
Everything you need on Amazon.
Yeah,
Like, you can literally
yeah.
buy cosplay sets on Amazon.
right.
And it's so fun.
It's funny
Yeah.
that that she said that, Kai, because I was walking around with Sen and I said, I always, anytime I go to a con, I always low-key regret not cosplaying.
Yeah.
Because
That's right.
I always feel stressed out because I don't know who I would pick to cosplay, number one. And number two, I'm a very much of a perfectionist, so if something doesn't look the way that I'm envisioning it, I'm not going to wear it.
Right.
So then I just wasted money on a freaking costume that
Well, you could
I'm
wear it
not
at Halloween,
going to
too.
wear. So
I
Danny,
have
just do what I do and dress up as an M&M.
I am not dressing up as an
Or-
M&M at a
Or a
convention.
Pop-Tart. A Pop-Tart. That's a very popular. Well, not popular, but it's a well-received costume. I did one time.
Danny, I understand you. Going back on topic.
Yeah, he's just like,
Yeah.
I understand the feeling, right? I have this long diatribe where I talk about like verisimilitude and assumption, and like these are the two aspects of cosplay. Like you could just put a dual disc system on your arm and pretend to be Seto Kaiba, right? And, like,
Right, yeah.
You'd be an
yeah.
asshole to everybody, and that's fun, right? No matter what you look like.
Yeah.
But if my cousin's like a pretty blonde girl and you want to cosplay as a sailor soldier, just pick Sailor Venus and then go do it. And,
That's it,
You
yeah,
know, and then
yeah.
you're like really there already, and people are gonna be like, "You're so perfect." And it's like, yeah,
It's
yeah.
also like some of the best cosplays are ones where people do like creative things with a character and don't make it look exactly like
Right.
the character.
Exactly.
Me and
Yep.
Trisha-
We
Yeah.
saw there was a they were in one of the photos that Studio Orange posted of cosplayers.
Oh,
They posted it to their socials. There was a Vash that I kept seeing on Saturday who was like in like very clearly it was Vash, but he was in like a skin tight latex suit and like thigh high latex stiletto boots, and it was the best thing I'd ever seen. So yeah, you can do like creative things with cosplays, and I think the best thing about cosplays is like, I don't know, like feeling like you're a part of a community. Because I always get like nervous about dressing up and stuff, and then you get there and there's like a million people who are wearing crazier stuff than you, and it's just fun. It's fun to be around people who like it's just the feeling of community that I like. And it
plus
doesn't
you can
have to
hide
be,
behind
like,
the cosplay and do crazy stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an art form that has like a
Do
more wiggle
crimes.
room than
Yeah, do crimes.
do crime. It's an art form that has more wiggle room than people think it does, honestly.
Right,
And like
exactly.
Yeah.
me and Trisha one time, we just went in our normal clothes and stuck a red R on our chest, and we were Team
I
Rocket.
love that.
Yeah,
Team
like
Rocket.
Team Rocket,
I literally just wore like the same like fucking
We're the
Goth.
American division.
fucking.
What about
goth-
it?
The fucking goth clothes that we wear every day, and we stuck red R's on our chest, and like walked. And then I had like those Pokeballs from Burger King, you know.
Yeah.
That came out like when Pokemon the first movie came out or 2000 came out, and we just stuck them on our belt loops, and people were like, "Oh, that's legit."
Yup.
Yeah, no,
I
dude,
love
just do
that.
whatever the hell you want.
I think that was
Danny,
Sen and I literally
you should be
kept-
Krillin from Dragon Ball Z. Gotta go bald though. Bald.
No.
Danny Krillin.
Anyways,
I would
keep
do
going,
that
Kai.
all for
Jeez.
Sen and I like.
You could be Bulma. You could be Bulma. She has short hair.
Danny, you
doesn't
know who
like
you
Dragon
could be? Anyone you fucking want. All right, let's go.
yeah.
Well, actually,
Danny, you should be
Sen
the
and
Gurren
I
Lagann.
do have a few
Be a robot.
ideas already.
That's right.
I'm excited.
I said that I would be Krillin. I would shave bald and be Krillin. That's my boy.
That's nice. So then you can do that.
Or maybe
But-
Vegeta. I could be Vegeta. This is about me
remove your
now,
nose.
Danny.
Okay, anyways,
This is about me.
What are
Nick
we
is
talking
trying to make it about him, though. He's trying to act like he was there.
okay.
Dealer halls. You guys want to talk about dealer halls? 'Cause that's
Yeah,
what I
you
want.
wanted to about 20 minutes ago. Yeah.
Yeah. I got all cosplay, but that's good. That was a beautiful discussion about the merits of cosplay. I like that.
We did end up meeting up with you and Sarah in the dealer's hall because Sen and I were so fascinated at the like, what were those like little token?
Oh, the gachapon machine.
Gotcha
Yes.
machines. Yes.
Yeah.
What did you guys get out of the gachapon machines?
I got well, first the only one that I really wanted was they had one with like the Doremi characters. You put
got
them.
the final capsule
That's
out
right.
of the magical Doremi
You
one.
put them on like a cord, like your
phone charger,
and it's like
yeah.
they're riding their little brooms. Anyways,
Yeah, where
I
do you guys put
got-
those things? So you put them on the phone, where else do you put them? Like on bags and backpacks and stuff?
It has to be a cord. So
Oh, I thought you were talking about keychains.
no, they snap onto a cord.
Oh, okay.
But I got Onpu, and then Danny got
Aiko.
Aiko.
Aiko,
It was
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
favorite, so
Yeah.
we switched.
We switched. So
Oh. And then I tried to get one, and there were none left, and I was so
That's
sad.
right.
But I came back later, and they'd replaced it with a Chainsaw Man one, and I got a Sleepy Power figure, and that's great.
I bought 4 tokens, so I was able to go to another machine, and they had a Tokyo Revengers one where they're like in like sleepy bot, like they're in like their little futons and they're all like sleeping and stuff. And I managed to get Draken, who's my boy. So it's just like
We
is
were
the most
so incredibly lucky.
yeah. So it's just like, I mean, I would have been okay with any of them really, but the fact that I honestly got Draken at all, I was just like, holy shit, this never
It was meant
happens.
to be.
Now,
Yeah.
for those of us who don't know, I'm looking at Sam. Who's Draken?
The tall
What do you
one.
mean?
The
Dude.
tall one with like the dragon tattoo on his
Ryuguji
on the
Cat?
side
From
of his head.
from what's that from again? Sam
I
needs to
said
know.
Tokyo Revengers.
Oh, okay, Sam, you might
God,
like that.
what-
You might like that one.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
So what else did you guys see in the dealers halls that you were into? Because for me, it was mostly I was kind of upset because it was just really popular stuff. There was tons of Spy Family.
That's how it always is. That's
tons of
every
Chainsaw
dealer's hall is
Man.
like that.
Right. A little bit of Bochi. You see some like Sailor Moon stuff, right? And things. And they had a whole Macross thing this year that was really cool. But I'm not real
Yeah,
big
yeah.
into Macross, so it's kind of wasted
Because
on.
Shoji Kawamori was there.
Right.
Um,
We didn't go to
and
any of
some
that panels.
I did. I had every intention to get something autographed for Som, but the lines were insane for the autographs.
Oh no, that's okay,
and
my
I-
love. Yeah, no, I don't expect you to
I
say
would have
them.
had to take out like I don't know 2-3 hours just to stand. in
No,
line.
dude, no way.
Um,
No, even I would have been like, hell nah. Yeah, no. I appreciate that though.
Yeah,
that's enough
why.
for me.
That's why they had all the Macross stuff there.
That's
I
super
think.
dope though.
The
Oh,
best
thank you, babe. I love that.
I did stand in line for an autograph once. This is my story. Stood in line. Hunter stood in line for autographs too. I forget who exactly he was standing in line for. The
Hunter
person
Tane?
I was Hunter Tane.
Yeah, Hunter Tane. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
shout
yeah,
out Hunter Tane. Are you not
Yeah.
Hunter Tane?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
He didn't even know. I was standing in line at the same time he was standing in line, and he was just a little bit ahead of me. So I took a picture of him and I sent it to him in the chat, and he didn't even realize it till after he got a thing signed. But I was standing in line for Amelie. If she does a ton of anime cover songs, right? And she's just started.
Oh, I like that one. I think I
yeah,
subscribed
I'm
to
sure
that.
you've heard of him, right? I'm sure you've heard. Go look up Amelie on Spotify.
Ellie.
Yeah, she does-
Emily.
She does all the cover songs, and because she does the cover
Oh no, I
songs,
typed in the movie. How do you spell it?
it's Amalee.
Oh, A-M.
Anyway, so I was standing in line, and I got my I got my Weiss Schwartz card signed for my Zombieland Saga deck because the English voice actor for Junko in Zombieland Saga is Amelie, and
Nice.
I didn't bring the right deck with me, but I located a seller who had singles for Zombieland Saga available, and I bought the card again, and then got her to sign it. So that was my big win in the signing area.
I'm so jelly. I'm such a big fan of hers. I've been trying to get her to come on this podcast for a long time. But like, yeah, dude, that's so sick that she was there. A lot of people get their Weiss card signed by they'll get it signed by the artist or the character designer or voice actors or whatever, you know what I mean? So that's super dope.
Yep.
That's
She looks
super cool.
Midwestern.
Some people think I don't know, dude, the Weiss community is fucking dumb. Some people think that it devalues the card. I think that values
Oh no.
I think that ups
Oh,
the
you're talking about
value.
signing it? Technically, it does.
I think it does.
Same thing for
yeah.
Magic. If you have a signed card, it lowers it.
Nah, dude, I disagree, man. I have a couple Magic cards signed by the
Whatever.
artist, but yeah, dude,
Well,
that's
I mean
awesome.
that's a win-win for you because you can buy it for cheaper.
True that. Yeah, dude.
You should agree with that, Sam.
No, but fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, anyways, that's awesome, dude. I'm fucking.
Yeah,
jelly.
now you're obligated to play me in Weiss Schwartz sometime.
We should stream it.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, we should. Actually, Votary GG has a whole thing about that. I should tell people about that, but like he has like a thing, a Weiss thing to give away. I won't say what it is, but we've been planning that for a while. So you should play with us. We should play together. You should just come over here and get Second Impacted real quick. It'll be fine.
I got my Chainsaw Man what do you call it, case coming in February. They delayed it. I'm so mad about it. But this is not the Life Schwartz podcast.
How long was that line anyway?
It was about half an hour. I waited.
Oh, okay, so not that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
Not like the line Sen was trying to do, like 3 hours or whatever.
What was the best thing that you guys bought at the dealer's hall while we're?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. I love the dealer's hall is my favorite part of cons, so like I'm curious. I want to know. I know you guys got a bunch of art stuffs, but like what else?
The best thing that I probably bought was I got there was one stand that had a bunch of like mystery
yeah. The mystery bags.
And,
yeah, the mystery
they
paper
would have
bags.
like these cute like really terrible drawings of whatever anime it was on them. And I got an Ava mystery bag, and so I love all of the Ava girls. They're all great except for Asuka. She's my least favorite. And I was like, okay, if it's literally anybody except for Asuka, that'll be fine. And it was Asuka.
Sen hates Asuka.
I do hate Asuka.
Oh, damn it, the one I didn't want.
Literally Sen
Is it the
said,
long hair?
if I get
It's the long
Asuka,
hair.
I'm going to scream.
It's the thing is, it's Asuka. It's a prize figure of Asuka from the 4th rebuild. That scene where she's washed up on the beach and her clothes are torn, and everyone hates this scene because it looks really weird, and the way that it's animated, it looks like an illustration. But I love that scene.
I thought it was
think
great.
it's incredible.
Yeah,
So I was happy that if I got an Asuka, it was that Asuka.
Just because people don't know what's good. Haterade.
That's right.
We should also bring up the other blind box story of the weekend, which was on Sunday, I think it was, that Dannie was wearing a Sailor Uranus shirt. And Dannie pulled on Sunday 2 blind box Sailor Soldier items, and both times she got Sailor Neptune items out of them.
I did.
Which is
I
a 1 in 100 chance, and is
It was
just
meant
like
to be.
the most beautiful thing ever, and I love that.
Something about that is horny. I don't know what it is, but something about it's horny.
They were
Like,
drawn to each other.
Yeah.
Neptune is also my birthday twin as well, so totally meant to be. But actually, I did buy 2 mystery bags, because the first mystery bag I did buy a Cardcaptor Sakura one.
Nice.
And I opened it, and I took out the figure, and Sen goes, "Oh my gosh,
Oh
that
my
is
God."
that is so cute." And I go, "I already have this one." So, and I'm like, and I told Sam, like, "Do you want this?" She's like, "Oh,"
I was like,
they're
yeah.
like, "I'll buy it off of you." So that was like a fair trade and stuff. So, yeah, but and then my second mystery bag was a Sailor Moon one, and I got a Michiru plushie. She's
So
huge
cute.
too. Like, it was a big thing. It wasn't even like one of those kind of like small ones with the string on it to like hang it and stuff. It was like this.
It's like a pillow.
Yeah. So, and I did also buy at the dealer's hall. I think there were also some artists in the dealer's hall as well. Because I did buy some Tokyo Revengers prints, and like, but they look a little bit more like sexy, manly, big titty.
Yeah. They're like
big
pinups,
titty.
kind of.
Yeah, like pretty much like a pinup kind of thing.
Himbos.
And then there was another vendor there that had enamel pins, and I bought some Has Been Hotel. There was a Has Been Hotel pin and a Hell of a Boss pin of Stolas, which I got, and like some Sailor Neptune like side profile pins. Like it's kind of like one of those like Victorian. It's like all in black, and then there's like a color background kind of thing. So, but personally, I think my biggest haul was more in the artist alley versus the dealer's hall, quite frankly. I think Sen and I mean, there were some figures there that were cute, and we were potentially going to get them, but we looked them up on how much they were like online and stuff, and it really was not worth.
Were way marked up.
Yeah, they weren't really that worth it.
If you're gonna buy anything like an art book or something, you'd probably get better online. The one thing I will say before we move into the artist alley or off of the dealer's room was that there's, in one of the pictures I had shared, is this a cosplay outfit for Cure Butterfly.
Oh yeah,
for like $35 altogether, and I'm kind of mad. I'm not gonna buy it because I don't have anybody to give it to that would wear it, right? But I just thought it was so cool. Like those are the rare items that you would have to import from Japan, and like Cure Butterfly only came out like a couple weeks ago. She only premiered a couple weeks ago. And I was just saw that, and I took a picture of it, and I was like, that's wild that they even had that. So sometimes you can find good stuff like that.
Sen and I did see a couple like pre-Cure stuff. Like not a lot, but they were like pretty like keychains or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
So
a lot of that smaller stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
You want to talk artist alley, or you want to talk about what else we did on Friday?
I was looking. I did write down which panels we went to each day. I don't know if you want to do the panels or if we want to do the artist alley, because really the artist alley for Sen and I were on Saturday, really.
Okay, let's save it, because I have the next panel that I went to was the Boys Love Mangaka.
The Kyoko Aiba live drawing.
Yeah, the live drawing.
God, live drawings are so sick.
Yeah, it's great.
Nice.
That panel was one of the highlights of my weekend, actually. I really loved this panel, and she was so cool. Like, I was so enamored with just how she responded to all the questions and took everything in stride.
So funny and interesting.
Yeah.
And she was, I think, the one of the most interesting things about that panel was she was, aside from like the translator's distaste for the audience, the best thing about it was she was talking a lot about how her experience like trying to escape boys love, escape the genre.
Event Horizon, the black hole pool of the boys love, yes.
Yeah, which was super interesting. She was talking about like how she planned to do other things like forever and ever and ever, and then her work was scheduled out like years and years in advance, and then it's like 10 years later she's still doing boys love just because there's a huge demand for it. But yeah, she was super interesting and fun to listen to.
I even asked her a question. I asked her about healthcare and like what does she do to help with her like her self-care and stuff like that. So
like her wrist or something?
Just in general, what does she do? Because
she
mangaka...
said like getting massages.
Yeah,
right?
she did say getting massages and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, because I'm a massage therapist, so that was fun. And she also mentioned, I think someone else asked her a question like if she like listens to music or something while she's drawing. And
you ever listen to music?
like what kind of music?
Yeah.
And she did mention that she does listen to some, but like I think she said like on her breaks she'll like watch true crimes, particularly like American true crimes, and she's like a huge fan of Bones. And
It was the most
I did.
Danny-esque answer.
I love Bones. Like, it's a good show. And I did ask her who her favorite character from Bones was. So, and she said Luke. I was just like, yeah. Oh, poor Luke.
She was so cool.
Yeah.
That's fucking
yeah.
awesome,
That was a fun panel.
A couple other things about the panel. She drew a Ikimen, a sexy catboy maid, and she drew also a chibi sushi chef.
Oh, wait, the best part was like when she was drawing the maid cat boy, and the translator was like, what did he say? He like commented
like,
on the length of the skirt, and
Yeah,
she
he
like
comments-
erased it and
Yeah.
made it so much shorter.
Yeah.
It was good. She even like made it short to the point where she was like across the line. It was like can't do that.
Oh, I'm looking at it now. That chibi
Then-
drawing's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I think that was the panel where she asked when she was doing the thing. She asked like, who knows what Zettai Ryoiki means?
Everybody's like, I know.
No, Nick, I thought of you, Nick, because you would know what it means, right?
Absolute territory.
Yes,
It's
thank
absolute
you.
territory.
And then I go, and I'm expecting everybody to be like, yeah. And I raise my hand, and there's like 2 other people in the audience that also know what it means, and nobody in our party, nobody else knew what it means. And I was like, what are you people doing? Oh, it's just the wildest
Should have put
thing.
me on speakerphone.
Yeah, let's call Nick. Let me phone a friend.
That was one of our first like T-shirt designs. Was
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
I
yeah.
remember
Yeah.
that.
yeah. Yeah.
Then I asked her about AI art, and everybody goes, ooh.
Oh, brother.
God,
She went
Great, I
down the
loved it.
stairs boobily.
this motherfucker right here.
She gave the best
The
response.
communal groan.
Yeah.
What was her answer? I'm curious.
Oh, it was way too intricate to summarize in just a couple sentences, but it was very, very much, the kind of thing of like, you don't want to be opposed to any new technology or a tool, or it's not an outright rejection or anything like that. But it was just a measured
She was
response.
talking about like the usefulness to artists specifically, and
It does have uses.
I think yeah.
Especially in
I
like
think-
movie making. No, I was listening to a podcast. They were talking about if they want to do AI like face changes, they can do it so much quicker now. Like, and not the bad kind, but the kind where it's like, oh, we need to age down Indiana Jones, or we need to like for this documentary, we need to obscure people's identities or whatever.
Yeah, Nick, this is not the time or place to talk about that, but we can do it on AI cast. But yes, you're absolutely right that it's going to completely revolutionize situations like that. And
Well, they're already doing that, but yeah.
I will.
Don't take our jobs, though. Don't take our jobs.
Yeah.
It's gonna. We're all doomed.
So the last talking point I had about that panel was just my vitriol for everybody asking their questions, trying to ask their questions in Japanese. Like, if you are ever
Yours and the translators vitriol.
if you are ever at a Japanese convention, it is not the time to practice your shitty ass Japanese
Yeah.
when you are asking a question to this person. It's like, even if you can speak fluent Japanese, it's just ask it in English so that the translator can do their job.
Yeah.
It's they're
Oh
the
yeah, and so the
translators
audience
there-
can hear it too.
Yeah, the translators are there for a reason and
It's
stuff
literally
like that.
their job.
Yeah,
I
like
died.
It'd be
it's
funny
not
if they
like
repeated the exact same
it's-
thing.
I would say it would be different if like if it was like an individual autograph signing kind of thing. That's completely different because it's a one-on-one kind of thing, but this is an actual panel where everyone else is listening.
Yeah.
So, and not everyone in the room knows Japanese. So, you
And
know,
the translator for this specific panel, like, he was kind of mean.
he was done.
He was
yeah.
jaded, let's say.
Yeah.
He was so
Yeah.
mean to some of these people, which I understand. I totally got
deserve
his
some shame.
frustration. Yeah.
Rolls his eyes at every question.
Pretty much
It'd be
did.
really funny.
Yeah, he kind of, yeah.
What?
Do you get body massages? Oh, another
So-
one of these.
So after that
just kidding.
panel, we kind of like split off again, and Sen and I went to the Denpa manga panel.
Oh, how's that?
Yeah.
I
That was-
really enjoyed that one, especially like being there with Dannie because we have some similar taste in manga. And they were talking about their like sister company, Kuma Books.
Yeah.
They do mostly like BL stuff. And Denpa, like as a company, they do a lot of like smaller titles, like more indie manga. I think their most well known is probably Invitation from a Crab, if anyone knows that one. Anyways, they do like more indie manga, and so they were talking about like all of the new like boys love titles that are going to be coming out soon. And it was just really fun to be there with Dannie and like getting excited about things that looked cool. There were moments where like they would like pull up something new and I would like immediately Google
Take a
it
pic-
and like pull.
yeah.
I would pull up
Both
the
of-
Mal page and then I would
Both
look
of us
over
were doing that,
and Dannie
yeah.
was doing the exact same thing. It was just
Putting
really
it on our
fun.
plan to read. And
Yeah. Planning to convince Manga Club to read whatever it is.
We're colluding.
And the guy who was speaking, I forget what position he holds at Denpa.
I think he had a
The
pretty
founder
hot.
or something.
I want to
There's
say
They have a very, very small staff, so he's like one of 4 people who work there. But he was talking about, he had like some insightful stuff to say about the manga that they publish, and he was talking about how someone asked him, like, how do they decide, like, what manga they're going to pursue?
Oh yeah.
And he was like, first he like kind of jokingly answers like whatever he's interested in, and then he like gave a serious answer of like they try to publish artists who they think are important, and have important stories to tell, and I don't know, it was really cool.
It was a
and
lot of fun. Yeah. Definitely it brought I mean I am a fan of BL and I do enjoy reading it, even though like it is just so trashy and smutty, but like just being there with Sen and just like, you know, conversing like, oh, you know, or like this would be really good if we read this at manga club. I feel like they, you know, the group would like it and stuff. So
and he talked about a lot of like technical things with manga publishing and translating. He was talking about how like I forget if someone asked him about like a specific manga and like if they would pick it up, and he was talking about how like with their staff being so small that they just like can't conceivably, there's like in this specific manga there was way too much text to like do all the redraws, and they just like can't do that. He had a lot of interesting stuff to say.
Sen, weren't you inspired to like go after that as a career possibility? Right? Did
Maybe.
you share that with me? Like that panel affected you?
Kinda. It just seemed. I was very interested
It
in.
stirred something within you.
Yeah. Definitely.
That sounds a lot better than the panel I went to. Because we were trying to just kill time before my panel, which was at 8:15 p.m. So Sarah and I went to Megane panel, a glasses panel, right? And this guy just described types of glasses. He was like, sometimes in anime they wear rimless glasses. Sometimes the glasses are square.
Oh my God.
And I was like, what? And then he got on this rant about Deno Coil, which is apparently about these glasses. I haven't seen it. It's on my plan to watch list, but like
Somewhere in the
Great
convention,
glasses
Sen
in
coughed.
Deno Coil.
yeah, it's good. Deno
Sen
Coil
sneezed.
glasses. Yeah. So that was a bummer. Yeah, but then, did you guys see anything else?
Yes,
went
right
to-
after the Dempa panel, we went to like the opposite side of the spectrum of manga publishing and went to the freaking Dark Horse panel
yeah.
where they were just talking about like the new deluxe edition of Berserk and the texture of the paper. You can see more lines. And...
yeah.
They
I don't know
did
why I
give out a
laughed.
raffle.
That
Like they
impersonation
were
was
doing a
funny.
raffle though too at the end, which all
No, the craziest thing is they had all
Oh,
of this. They had like what 7 different items for.
I believe so.
Yes.
Yeah,
And had a raffle and people were going up and like it was basically like first come first serve like
yeah.
and they had like they had a freaking Berserk deluxe edition up there. They had like a Hatsune Miku, whatever, a bunch of different stuff. The very last item to get picked was a freaking Yoshitaka Amano art book.
Oh,
It was the very
dude.
last one. Someone was
Yeah.
stuck with it. That was the
Yeah.
last pick. I couldn't
Oh, how
believe
horrible.
it. No, I couldn't believe that no one else had picked it before.
I know, that's
that
why
was
it's funny.
Literally
Crazy.
when they were talking about that, like about when they were picking out the numbers and stuff, I like took my phone because we were kind of in the back, so we couldn't really see exactly what was up there. So I kind of took my phone and I zoomed in to see what was there, and literally I think all of us said if we were picked, that was going to be the first thing we picked up. Like,
It doesn't look like My Hero Academia.
God.
Dude, what the hell? Sheesh.
They did mention, I think that this information was already publicized though, but they did talk about the Innocent Omnibus coming
Yeah,
out
because
Yes,
they're
they
they're
did.
producing
Yeah.
it in
November,
English. Yeah.
yeah,
something
Mhm.
like that. End of
Yeah,
this
Are they
I think it
making
is
that into an
November,
anime?
yeah.
No.
No.
No, just
I don't
it's-
think that would be
it's-
possible.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
no,
Why not?
It's just
They can make an
it's just
OVA.
getting. It's just
Put it on
the
Netflix.
No.
the manga's just getting an English release finally.
Mhm.
So,
That anime
Which
would
we
do
which
well, I'm telling
which
you.
we knew, but they're making their rounds announcing it everywhere. So
yeah,
Yeah.
But after that, that was pretty much it, and then it was Kai's panel.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. So right before my panel, I was jumped by a man in a ski mask. This is true. And if this person is listening, it's Psyotic from the Justice server or the Weeb Crew and a YouTube channel, which I've had those, talked to those guys a bunch. I've had them on my YouTube channel and guested on their podcast. But I was not expecting Psyotic to wear a ski mask, and it surprised me from behind. So that was fun. But yeah, go check out his channel with him and Mummy. And Mummy was actually on the Magical Girl Smackdown on this very podcast. So there you go.
Yes.
Cross pollination.
shout out Mumi.
Did he ever take off the mask, or you left it on?
He did take off the mask. Yeah, he just didn't want to be
He
photographed.
left the mask on. He put the mask on when we all took a group picture.
yeah. If you see this group picture with
Oh,
all
okay,
of us,
okay.
Yeah.
the guy in the mask. So you can
I
join that.
hung out with somebody like that at AX 2018. Pretty popular YouTuber. I don't even want to say who it was.
Oh wow.
Okay.
One
Anyway.
of those people who didn't want to remove the mask.
Anyway, go ahead, Kai.
But I want to know what you guys
Danny's
thought
like,
of the
"Shut up,
panel.
man."
So I was giving a panel on textual criticism, which is just something I love talking about. But
How was the panel, and how many people were in it?
It
And how big
sucked,
was the
and you
room?
should feel bad.
The room was pretty full.
Yeah.
How many people? Like 100? 50? 300?
It was a smaller room, but
50?
I'd
I
say
don't
more
know.
than 50. I'd say about 100,
100?
150. I don't know.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good.
there were
turnout.
3,000 people there.
In the
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's a full room right there, Kai. Good job. You were out doing the main stage.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the time I saw the premiere of Promare at Otakon in the giant ballroom with like 10,000 other people, and that was crazy. It was not
How many
like
people were at the Otakon this year?
It's usually
It
30,000.
was pretty packed.
30?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty big, I guess. But
Yeah, it was pretty full. It totally was.
how many were at
Nearly
Anime
not as
Expo?
full as Anime Expo, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, I saw pictures of that. That was was
Yeah,
scary.
it wasn't as like life hazardous like that. So
And this was like the first year where people didn't like force you to wear masks, right?
yeah, it was optional. I mean, there were quite a few people wearing masks still.
Oh yeah, totally.
Holy
So,
shit,
we
160,000 at Anime Expo.
We did bring masks just in case if there were like a bunch of people wearing them, then we would have definitely worn them.
Yeah.
So
And we're not sick yet, knock on wood, right? Like, might
Yeah.
have COVID. It's not been 2 weeks yet.
Maybe, who knows?
So, hopefully we got out of it all right. But yeah, how did you like the panel?
Yeah, I think your panel was really good. You definitely, put your money where the mouth is, with like how to, have critique anime and stuff. And I think I mentioned this before. I just find it so odd that you, Kai, enjoy Chainsaw Man, because that is not something that
I don't think
feel
it's
like
that odd.
I don't
think it's that
Also,
odd.
I do
don't
think
know.
that like talking about Chainsaw Man was a good choice.
Yeah, I mean,
Very timely.
I feel like it was very relevant because it did come out and everything, and there, especially when the anime did come out, there was a lot of, controversy, and you did point out, the whole petition on how like Chainsaw Man should be remade and like, all that stuff. So, your PowerPoint was very, very good. Very well detailed and stuff. So
I do as a person who typically does not like fan panels. It's not my thing because they're usually not great.
Yeah.
we have
from
gone
my
to a few that were not
yeah,
great.
we went to a few over the weekend.
Was there one where it was like a couple arguing, or was that a different convention?
That was one that I went to last year. Yeah,
Okay,
they
never
were
mind. I got 'em
talking
confused.
about marriage and
Oh, we've got.
Is that why you won't
having
look at me?
A couple spat in front of us.
Ooh,
God
I went
damn.
to
But
one
anyways,
once where-
from or go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying, God damn it, to the couple arguing, like, Jesus Christ, like, don't have a panel, man. If that's like if you're not prepared, it's like
It's kind of fun to watch, honestly. The panel was on what makes an anime bad boy.
Oh, sure.
And I think the boyfriend was the anime bad boy for not proposing yet.
Oh,
No,
shit.
Seriously, come on, dude. Get it together.
If
huh?
you like it, put a ring on it,
Yeah.
or don't.
Never mind.
Anyway,
Anyways, go ahead.
yeah, I was really. I don't think it was the best panel I've ever given in my entire life. That said, I was really happy with how the pacing kind of went. I tried to get
Were you
some.
solo?
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried to get some jokes in there. I tried to get some audience participation in there. Tried to keep it a little interesting. And I think I got the ideas of the basics of a reader response and, the lens by which you choose to look at an anime out there. And all the feedback I got was real positive. So I think it went well.
I think out of all the fan panels that I went to, Kai, yours was the best one.
By a
so,
long shot.
yeah.
Very well thought out.
I try.
I mean, I assume a Kai panel would be just like one of his videos, and I enjoy watching those. So it's like,
Literally what it was.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I shout outs to Mike from the Anime Summit Discord, right? Who I recorded and practiced this panel with Mike as the audience. so that I would have something to upload, and I
Like
uploaded a version
From
of
Anime
it.
Plummet, Mikey?
Yeah, Mikadu, yeah. So I uploaded a version of it to my YouTube channel instead of just recording the panel, which I've done in the past and is a big headache and sucks. So I just did a digital version that's up on my YouTube channel if you want to go watch that.
One of my favorite Discord comments is King going. It's like everybody else. Hey Kai. Kai responds with a 9-hour video.
No, it's something I'm passionate about, and I like talking about. And I think it's a part of the panel as I talk about it. Like I think it's a lot of something that people need to hear and understand in the space, or just that would help you think about yourself and about anime better. So.
I think the other fan panels that I went to probably should have went to your panel to learn a few things.
How to panel? Do a meta panel about panels.
Is it an age thing, or like a lot of the panelists too young, or are they too old, or something?
No,
there were a lot of like middle-aged people
Okay.
giving panels.
You got to
Yeah.
get people who are like work tangential with the industry, you know, or like who really, if it's like a total fan, like nobody, you know, like somebody like me, I wouldn't do as well. But like if you have somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing, and they can be funny.
That's the thing is like the fan panels that we went to, like a lot of them sounded interesting. Like they sounded, and some of them had like
Potential.
like good ideas. Just I don't know, the execution was not there.
Right, it's a different skill, right? Of knowing
Yeah,
the
yeah.
thing and then presenting it and teaching it to people. It's two different things. Yeah.
Was the Anime World Order podcast there? Sometimes
they
go
were
there.
not there this year.
Oh, okay. Oh, that sucks. I would have wanted to meet them because they do really good panels.
Yeah. So Amelia from Otaku Host Club was also at Otakon, only on Friday though, and she and her boyfriend did come to Kai's panel and stuff. So and they did mention that Anime World Order wasn't there this year. So
Yeah, I've met a lot of people in
Yeah.
the past. I met Shabes one year at Otakon. Met a ton of other anime adjacent or anime-tubers in the past. So yeah, sometimes you can do that. I want to take this opportunity though, before we get done talking about my panel, to give a shout out to the fan that came up to me after the panel and said she's a huge fan, a big subscriber, and she loved my Utena and Madoka Magica content, and that my YouTube channel inspired her to take English as a major at college. And to this like that hit me right in the feels. That got me real good, right? And to this fan, if you are listening, I am so sorry that I did not get your name, and because I wanted to talk to you further online, and reach out to me on Discord or on Twitter or wherever, and say you were that fan if you were that fan, because I missed that connection and I'm sorry about it.
it's okay.
That's
I
what's
have
up,
a
dude.
stan. I have a stan.
Yeah, that's what's up.
There are
Hell
dozens
yeah.
of us.
You did have
Dozens.
quite a bit of people come up to you and ask you any other questions.
There was
and
literally a
stuff.
line.
Yeah.
That's how you know you
So-
you did a good job, or maybe not good
Yeah.
enough of a job, because there's more questions.
Mm.
You got to do just the right amount.
Yeah, get people thinking, right? Yeah.
Nice job, dude. That's awesome.
Thanks. I think it went well.
How long did it take you to prepare for the panel?
So
Like before the convention, I mean.
yeah, to make the PowerPoint, I don't know, maybe 10 hours of work, right? All things considered. A lot getting the clips and figuring out what I want to say and practicing it and writing all the notes. I think I wrote too many notes. I think I was reading a little too much instead of speaking authentically. But I don't know.
Sure.
Well, it's better to be over prepared, right?
Yeah. I just, yeah, no, it wasn't anything out of the ordinary. Do we want to move on from that?
Yeah, so I mean, pretty much the last panel, I mean, by that time, like I think everyone was pretty much exhausted and stuff. So I think majority of us did go home after Kai's panel. But
Yeah,
Kai,
me and James and Hunter went back to the B&B.
yeah.
And I
What time was
DoorDashed
that?
McDonald's. It was like 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mickey D's,
Um,
the little Mickey D's, late Mickey D's. Did you get
Yeah.
chicken nuggets?
Was there a
What'd you
lot
get?
of was there a lot of drinking at the convention and stuff like that?
If there was,
We'll get to
we
some.
we weren't part of it. Yeah, we weren't part of it. That's not until Saturday.
More importantly, though, hold on, just really quick. What'd you get? Did you get chicken nuggets or what'd you get?
Oh, I got a Big Mac
Yeah.
and fries, and did not eat the fries because they didn't give me any ketchup, and
no.
there was no complimentary sauce at the B&B. So
Dude, you
Wait, you
always
didn't
have
ask
to check
for
the
a
bag for the sauce, man.
You didn't
They
get
never
any
put the
chup?
sauce.
no chup.
You gotta ask for chup. You
gotta
gotta
ask
ask
for
for
chup,
just
dog.
like just say, give me all of the sauces you have.
I don't think it was an option.
No, you always gotta
Wait,
check
you
the bag.
didn't
man. That's
even
why
need
they
a
fuck you.
couple of fries. You can eat a couple of fries with no ketchup.
I ate
What are you-
some,
what
but
are you
like I
talking
don't
about?
like McDonald's fries are so floppy.
They
I
suck.
don't like
I
'em.
hate them.
And then you
I
told
like them without ketchup.
and then you told Danny, and she did the Lethal Weapon 2 thing, where she's like, "They fuck you in the drive-thru. They fuck you. They fuck you." In the drive-thru."
I mean, I wasn't there for the Mickey D's.
No, yeah, we went to
Kai,
another panel.
Yeah, Kai and I stayed with Sarah.
Yeah, I would've
and-
stayed.
And his other friend. We went to the
Nah,
Magical
I would
Girl
have
AMV panel.
got Mickey D's, and I would have marched right back in there and been like, "Why didn't you get my honey some fries and some ketchup?"
You're not allowed to have
Son of a
outside
bitch.
foods.
No, the DoorDash person ate just the ketchup. They just ate the
Just my
ketchup.
That's
ketchup.
literally what they did.
Ew, that's gross.
Okay,
They
anyways,
guzzled it.
yeah, sorry. I mean, I don't want to harp on the chup, but fuck you, Anyways, you stayed for another panel.
Magical Girl AMV panel, please.
Nice.
Run by my Oomphy Cammy. Shoutouts to Cammy if you're listening to this. Cammy's the best. She is like my Magical Girl soulmate. She like matches up perfectly with everything that I like, and I respect her so much. And she was running this panel on AMVs. She's big into the AMV space, which is the music videos. If you're not familiar.
She was jamming while she was presenting.
She was into it.
was
She was
so
into it.
good.
We got a photo.
Is she
too,
in one
so-
of the? Is she in one of the photos? Is that the one where I put the selfie face on it? Or is
Probably.
it a different photo?
Yes, it is the one with the selfie face. That's Cammy.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know. I was eating that shit up. I was like a pig in shit. I was sitting next to it was Sai, Sarah, and Danny and myself, and I was sitting next to Sai and Danny, and I was just elbowing them the entire time.
Yeah.
Like, do you see this? Do you see this is cool, right? Yeah, you like Princess Tutu, right?
Yeah. We had a good time. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
There was an AMV for the Nozomi episode of Doremi Naisho, and I know that means nothing
Oh,
to literally
yeah,
all of you,
yeah.
but I don't know, Sen, have you seen Naisho?
No, I have
Okay,
not.
you gotta watch Naisho. But yeah, and I was like freaking the fuck out about it. I was so happy. Yeah, I loved that panel.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to just see all the AMVs that Cammie picked out to present and everything, and just jamming to them and just enjoying it with her friends and all that was a lot of fun to watch. So and it was a good way to end, day one of Otakon. So yeah, I think by that time, like, I was tapped out. I was like, yeah, I need to go to bed. I was so tired.
And we had to be up at 9 a.m. for the studio trigger fest
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Saturday.
and that was the thing. I was just like, oh shit, like,
Yeah.
And there was a history of Magical Girls panel that I really wanted to go to, but
Yeah.
How long were
Was
the
it later?
the lines?
I think it was around the same time. It was like a in between time. It was starting, and then the Magical Girl AMVs were like at like a weird like 15-minute mark or something like that.
Yeah.
So
I had that experience too, though, Danny. There was the Symphogear panel and the Rose of Versailles panel were at the same exact time,
Yes.
and I was
Yes.
like resolved to go to both, if not one, or one, and if not both of them. But I was just so tired on Saturday that I had to go back, and I missed both of them. I had to take a
Yeah.
nap.
Mm.
Yeah.
You want to talk about
So-
Saturday?
Yes, let's talk about Saturday.
I got a question
Speaking
about the
of
lines. How
lines-
are the lines? How are the lines?
This one of the longest lines that we stood in was trying to get into the freaking building on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how it always is. Yeah.
Yeah, it was wrapped around the entire building.
But how long did it take? What was like the longest line? Like, what was the average line length and longest line? And do you have to wait in long lines for panels?
Honestly, I don't think we really had to wait for like long. I want to say maybe
Saturday morning was probably like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh,
to
that's
get in the
nothing. I'm
building.
thinking Anime
Yeah.
Expo where it's like hour plus.
No. It went pretty smoothly. I think like when we got there, the line was actually moving while we were waiting in line. So.
It was longer than I expected because we were late to the trigger drawing.
The trigger, yeah, because the live drawing for trigger was at 9 o'clock.
And we were waiting. We like get to the room that the panel is in, and people are going in, and then this lady stops us and like closes the door in our face. And then she comes back out and like is letting in people one by one, and we had to kind of sit separately.
Yeah, that room was packed.
Yeah, 100% full. Yeah. And I didn't expect there to be that many people there at that early in the morning.
9 a.m. Yeah.
People come out for trigger, I guess.
So
Yeah, they always have a big panel.
I kind of like the other trigger panel more, but this was the live drawing panel for trigger, right? And they brought two younger animators, or like up and coming animators, instead of just rolling out Yo-Yo Shinari or Sushio or anybody again. So it was cool to see them, the younger animators, and they talked a bit. And then Otsuka was there, the president of the company, and Otsuka.
Gotska.
And he was all about, he had the promo information for the TTGL remake films that are launching, 15th anniversary things. He did some promo for Dungeon Meshi, and they showed the trailer, I think, that everybody's seen about the new Panty and Stocking project. So it wasn't like new information, but it was still,
And they had the animators were both drawing
at the
Lucy.
same time. Yeah. They were both drawing Lucy, but they were like doing different. Like one was doing
versions of her.
Yeah, one was doing like an action kind of Lucy, and the other one was kind of doing more of like
sad.
Yeah. So
that was cool, but we'll talk more about that in the question and answer for Studio Trigger on Sunday. So
the next panel we went to was a fan panel, and it was I'm Not Old, main characters over 30 years old.
Yeah.
And
panel, bro.
the title sounded great, and I was all like, yeah, this is gonna be a fun panel, talk about characters over 30, because like literally majority of anime shows is just surrounded and based in like high school setting and stuff. So I was like, yeah, like this is gonna be super interesting. Well, it started off okay, but then after, I don't know, like 30 minutes in, it was just lame. Like,
and there were some really good picks. Like there was like Liliko from Helter Skelter. They had Ginkgo from Mushishi. They mentioned Insufficient Direction, and then the rest were just like cops and assassins.
Yeah. Like, it's just like, oh man.
Yeah, he's like this guy from Mad Bull 34. He shoots the bad guy. He's a crooked cop, and he fucks ladies. And I'm like, okay. And then he's like Lupin the Third. This guy's awesome. He's a thief, and he shoots bad guys and he fucks ladies. I'm like, okay. And then he's like City Hunter. Y'all seen City Hunter? And I'm like, oh, I can't do this, bro.
Nope.
I can't do this.
And I like leaned over to like both of them. I'm all like, I think all three of us could probably do this panel 10 times more better.
Yes. Yes.
That's the thing about fan panels is a lot of them are just people like talking about stuff they love, and this guy clearly had a
taste
type of show he likes.
Yeah, and which is all well and fine, but however, I don't know. There's just I like even when we do like lists of like when we want to do like our top, you know, characters or whatever like that. I tried to like have some variety of what I like and why I like them and everything, but I don't know, like that was just
Yeah.
I feel like when it's like a whole bunch of people and you have a very vague title, because like this panel title is, you know, I'm not old, main characters over 30 years old, not I'm not old, main characters over 30 years old,
Cops
in buddy
over
cop
34.
in like buddy cop shows. It's all like, oh, okay.
And
If it was like
I think it's more disappointing because there were a handful that were like genuinely good and cool, and even those ones, his assessment of the characters were like not great. Like the stuff that he said about Liliko from Helter Skelter was like, is it? I don't think that's what that character was about, but
yeah.
And the thing
I was
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say like it was a little disappointing when he was talking about Liliko, and I was just like, ugh.
Yeah, he was like, she's a terrible person and she does terrible things to everyone around her. I was like, there's a reason.
There's a reason why. She does it. Yeah. It's like, have you read the manga?
He also seemed so much to be on the cusp of making a point about being older in anime and what that means, and you know, making some type of conclusion or theme or saying something, but then he just didn't. And he just didn't get there. And I think that
sounds like my thinking.
Yeah.
Just paper thin arguments from Nick.
Or no, you do yourself a disservice, Nick. At least you would have put
two sheets of paper. I have 2 sheets of paper.
You would have done a better job, trust me. We missed something here. Between these things happening, we missed something that didn't happen because Sen, who was cosplaying as Meryl from Trigun, did not go to the Trigun photo shoot.
I did not.
And I don't
regret
know.
it.
I just have to put that.
Wow.
If I had known that like the orange social media people would be there and posting to their official accounts, I might have bucked up and gone, but
it's because you just look too much like Coraline or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
So. They'd have been like, sorry, we don't allow Coraline in our Trigun photo.
They're like, I think you're at the wrong one.
Yeah. They look at you in disgust.
Oh, God. So what did you get? Because at this point, I had not slept well, so I went back to the house and took a nap and saw Sarah.
Yeah.
Off.
So after that, Sen and I kind of went to the artist alley because we didn't go there all day Friday. So, and there was another panel that I really wanted to go to, and it was about cell animation. And I ended up not going because Kai, you went back to the house to take a nap. So I was all like, well, I mainly wanted to go this with Kai, but since he's not going, I'm, you know, I want to see more of the artist alley. So I stayed with Sen because we were kind of like killing time for the Studio Orange panel that was happening.
And spending so much money.
Oh gosh, we spent so much money there. But honestly, I think it was totally worth it because we got so many cute things. Honestly, I think the highlight of the Saturday buy was the Howl like pinup sticker where he's like in the apron and like he's literally wearing nothing but an apron.
Just the apron.
And you can see his, you know, he's like back is facing you, so you can see his ass, and he's just like have like this like little smirk, and he like has like the
It's so
eggs.
wonderful.
Yeah, I was just
He's
we
got
both
the skillet in hand.
yeah, like we both looked at it and we're like, we need this.
It's so good.
So
I think my favorite purchase from Artist Alley was I found, and I was not like looking for this. I was not expecting to find this, but I love finding stuff like this. Was one of the booths had, it's a risograph zine, and it's let me see, fantasy lewds, an erotic anthology, and it's just a risograph print zine of the comics of like different fantasy creatures and characters, and I love stuff like this, like zines in particular, just because it feels very personal and
yeah.
I fucking love zines, man. I love them so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, Sen showed it to us, and yeah, it was super cool, and also you probably would have liked it some.
Yeah. I should have picked one up
definitely.
for you.
Yeah, we should have.
No, it's okay. I just gotta tell everyone, just I know this is a side note, but like if you don't know what a zine is, literally just look up the history of zines on YouTube. There's so many videos on it, and everybody should make one. Everyone should. It doesn't matter if you're an artist or a writer or whatever the fuck. Like anyone can fucking make one. Go to the fucking store, make copies of it, and then give it to people, sell to people. Just make it. Just do it. Everyone should do it. It's great. I love zines.
Oh, yeah.
Zines are so amazing. Buy all of them.
I have.
I definitely
bought quite a few.
I also bought I was really surprised. I think I really was very happy walking around Artist Alley because there were so many so many shows that I feel don't have enough representation a lot compared to like a lot of the popular shows and stuff. I saw Witch Hat prints, and I freaking saw a Sailor Galaxia keychain, and I'm just like, this person is like the most precious person to ever make a Sailor Galaxia keychain, and I did buy it because I do have a fond love of Sailor Galaxia. Ironically, I would have figured I wouldn't like any of the villains in Sailor Moon, but I do like Sailor Galaxia a lot, and the fact that I found that was just awe-inspiring. And like I saw a bunch of Princess Tutu merch from all these amazing artists, and that was like even more a surprise.
I saw a lot of Tokyo Mew Mew.
We
fan
did.
art, which I did. I has never been like the most popular magical girl show. I think that it's gotten a little more popular since the reboot. But I kept on seeing like manga only characters. Which was really fun for me.
You got some stickers of Tokyo Mew Mew.
I did, and I got that. I got a print that has Barry and Ringo on it, who are manga only. Yeah, we spent way too much money.
We did, but we did go back on like Sunday too.
Oh yeah, and we so like on Saturday when we went, I saw that, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Bryce Coe. He's a very, very popular illustrator. He does like these really complex environmental scenes.
Gosh, they were
of,
so good.
Yeah, he's extremely talented and very popular for good reason. But he was there on Saturday, and his booth was like absolutely swarmed. And then we went back on Sunday, and like last minute, right before they were shutting down Artist Alley, we bought prints from him, and I didn't realize he was there, and he signed all of our prints for us, which was really cool.
Yeah, that was a cool experience.
Super dope.
Yeah,
super dope.
So, but after that, then it was the Studio Orange Trigun panel, which
this was the highlight of the weekend, I think, for a lot of people, right?
yeah, this one was
The
really
event.
good too. Yeah.
It was in the big ballroom panel
Yeah.
place, right?
This was also
Yeah.
like one of the few times where we actually had to wait in a line.
Oh,
We were
a
waiting
line,
for,
yeah.
I don't know, 30 minutes in there.
Yeah, I want to say it was about 30 minutes because, you know, I mean, 2 major studios were at Otakon, so we kind of were expecting to wait and stuff. So we did definitely want to get there at least like 45 minutes before the panel started. So,
And it
so
was
yeah,
just, we were sitting in the room waiting, and it was just a sea of bleach blonde undercuts and blue berets.
Yep.
the people in front of us while we were waiting in line, Sen, that Vash and Meryl cosplay was very unique.
He was
he was
tied
tied
up. There
up.
was
Yeah.
the biggest rope I've ever seen.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Meryl was holding it. It was so good.
I felt bad for him though because like everyone had to help him get up because he was tied up.
You know what you're getting into if you sign up for that cosplay.
Yeah.
But
So.
I misunderestimated the madness of the fandom here on the Trigun panel. First off, I thought this was going to be the Q&A, which was the next day. I thought we were going to see a little behind the scenes stuff on other stuff other than Trigun, but this was the Trigun thing, Trigun Stampede in particular. Yeah.
They showed a bunch of like early character sheets that I don't think had been released before.
Yeah,
then.
they didn't release it. Yeah.
What-
So
And everyone was going crazy.
They lost their
Bowl
minds.
cuts.
Oh my god. They freaked out.
Me included.
It was
yeah,
like,
same.
It was
same.
like Vash with an alternative haircut, where like it would be like one picture that was just like, yeah, I'm like that's
And
character
the crowd
art.
goes
I'm,
wild.
I'm sitting by James, and we're both like, what's happening? Because everybody's like, oh my god, oh my
It's
It was
just
all
like,
it was all the women were doing that, right?
Nope, everyone.
No,
everyone.
everyone.
Everybody.
Okay.
Literally everyone.
But yeah, I get it. Like, I think even to the detriment, like people were fangirling, or well, that's fanboying, fan everybodying out. I think to the detriment of what they were trying to do, because there was like parts later on where the CGI director was talking about like how he did the motion capture acting himself
Oh,
and everything,
yeah.
and he like they explained how they do. Studio Orange is a CGI studio, right? So they're explaining how they go through the CGI process and everything, and then people are they put up the scene of Vash and Knives as children. And then everybody goes, oh, and it's like, and then they put it up again with like the second, the motion capture data on
The
there.
storyboard.
And then people try to go, oh, again. And I'm like, no, we're thinking about this as a production material here. Stop going, oh, yes, I get that the cute.
Completely unfinished, like unpolished.
Yeah,
it doesn't
well,
look good.
Don't have to say, oh, that's not the way we're supposed to be consuming this right now.
They're passionate.
So-
And then everyone clapped.
But that's
'cause
what
it's
I wanted to
America.
ask. Is like, Sen, because you can see both sides of that, right? Like, I think that you
Yeah.
appreciate something on the constituent, like, behind the scenes, pull up the curtain and show me how they do CGI art and direction, right? But you also are very involved from the fandom side of things.
Yeah.
So, what was your thoughts and feelings like?
I
seeing
think that it's people who are just excited to see anything from Trigun, and there were moments where like I think that them showing like early production stages, like there were like moments that they intended to be funny that like did hit with the audience as it was intended. Like there was one cut where I forget what happens, but
it was with Wolfwood, and the drool was like
Yeah.
he was I think Vash was like shaking. It was like a car chase or something like that, and Wolfwood was
Yeah.
like passed out in the back seat, and he's like drooling from the mouth and stuff. And they were talking about the CG director and like how he was actually being shaken to do that animation. And they said something, and the drool wasn't included or something like that. And
Yeah, they
everyone,
had to hand animate or traditionally animate the drool.
the drool. Yeah.
Too expensive
So-
to do a CG model of drool. But yeah, there were, and the one that I was thinking of was when there's a part where they have like the very basic CG models, and it's Meryl in the background, and she like peeks her head out behind a corner, and they have her facial expression, just her face, like way forward in the foreground, so it's just a floating head, and that's so that they can see the expressions on her face, which is like a very functional thing that they have to do. But it's funny to look at. And
there was like five heads of Meryl in the foreground.
Just floating. And I think I don't know, I think it's just fans being excited to, feel like they're a part of this thing and be around people who also love the same thing.
I mean, the fans went nuts over, before the panel started with all the
Punishers.
The Punisher
Punishers,
crosses,
the wall of Punishers.
Look at the whatever visual we're gonna do to accompany this, because I took a picture. I went over there and took a picture. There's no less than 12 Punishers lined up against the wall, like stacked together. It's so good.
Literally looks like a graveyard.
Yeah. So
The last thing.
yeah, everyone was going nuts for that. So.
And I get it. I respect it. I've been in situations where that's been the case, right? For stuff that I really appreciate. And I tried to watch Trigun Stampede to get ready for this, actually, and I did a whole rant about it. But I want to say my last bit on this was that this confirmed to me that Studio Orange did not think about Trigun as a property in the same way that I thought about Trigun, having watched it years and years and years ago, the original.
Oh, the old one.
Yeah.
Well,
I remember
yeah.
Huh? Go ahead.
Obviously.
Well, they started this panel talking about plant lore. Like, their first slide was going into all the like BS lore in Trigun, and I don't know. To me, that's just like such a minimal thing about Trigun, or like so irrelevant to what Trigun is. And to see them just go up and start about like they had to figure out how to make the plants this way and everything, and the thing, and I was like, oh, okay, they were looking at it from that point of view. That explains so much about Trigun Stampede and why I was kind of put off by it. So
Yeah.
Wasn't this
Well, I mean,
what
at
your
least
whole
they cared
panel
about
was
that.
about?
yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I will take the original.
It's okay,
It's not
Kai.
fine. It's not
it's okay.
fine.
We
That's
we
all.
Kai is
understand.
upset. Where's the glamour and grace? Where's the glamour and
Yeah,
grace?
the theme of Trigun is that Vash doesn't want to kill people, right? Like, that's the thing, and then he has to. Okay, spoilers, but that's like the central conflict of everything that he does, and it's got and then you talk about tone. But anyway, I'm gonna go on a rant, but I already did.
What do they say in Snow Hose? We're living our youth.
Yeah, exactly.
Or whatever that is.
Exactly. Youth in motion. Where's that? Anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
youth in
aside-
motion.
Kai may not have liked Stampede, but Sen and I definitely like Stampede.
Because of the pretty boys. That's why.
That's
Just say
not
it.
why.
That's not
That's why.
I like
No,
Stampede.
it's not.
It's a
Get
good
outta
show.
here.
It's a good show.
Yeah,
as
it's
an
good.
action
It's a
show,
good
it's
6
good.
out of 10 show. It's good 6 out of 10. Yeah.
It probably gets
That's
Great. What are
pretty
you talking about?
You want to move on?
Yeah. Anyway, and then our last panel of that night was the Tunnel of Summer. The
North
exit-
American premiere.
North American
the
premiere.
North American
yeah.
premiere. Yeah. So that was really fun. Except I could not see shit.
Yeah, okay. So we got to set the stage because it was in the same room. Like we
Oh,
didn't have to
yeah.
leave. We didn't have to move anywhere.
Yeah.
It was in
Yeah.
the same room. And there was
Yeah,
like
it was in the same.
There was this giant ballroom, and there were not that many people that were showing up for this premiere, which is terrible because like this is a really cool thing that we got to do, right? And it was just like really empty in the thing, and whatever.
Yeah.
Me and Danny were sitting behind two relatively tall people. The whole time we were kind of like leaning towards each other.
Yeah.
Ear to try to read the subtitles. And one guy in front of us, who I believe is the person who reeked of alcohol, this guy kept on talking throughout the whole movie. Just made everything terrible. And he just kept saying like the most obvious shit about what was going on screen. It would be like a very, very serious moment, and he would be like, well, that was morbid.
Yeah.
Like, all right, buddy. Thanks for letting us know. So yeah, I wish that it was a better setting to see that movie in, because I do think it's a good movie. This was the second time that I'd seen the film, so it wasn't as important for me to be able to read everything, but I feel very bad that this was Danny's first viewing, and
I feel like we should have went up further, like a little bit closer to the screen.
Yeah, or left and right. We could have moved so easily, and
anywhere,
I felt real bad about not knowing your situation, because I would have just been like, let's move, you know?
I also felt bad, like there was this one point where I did look behind me to see if anyone was behind me, because you know, there's this dude, like I'm freaking short as hell. I could have honestly used a booster seat so that I can see. But you know, I felt bad on leaning to the side to just like even read what the hell was going on the screen, and I felt bad if there was someone behind me who also couldn't see. So I mean, luckily there wasn't anyone like directly behind us, so that was fine. But yeah, that the guy in front of me who reeked of alcohol was annoying as fuck. He was not like he was kind of like just making these like snarky comments on what was going on screen. You know, so when
did you like what you did see of
absolutely
the movie?
I mean, this movie was definitely something up my alley, and I really did enjoy it. And honestly, if the situation we were in wasn't there, I probably would have been right next to you crying my eyes out.
Yeah, I was bawling. Oh my god.
So
see, I didn't think it was. I thought it was good, and there were certainly some times where I was a little choked up, but I didn't think it was that emotionally affecting.
There's just like several themes that really, I don't know, really
Sen's
do
a
it
crier.
for me.
Sen's a crier.
Yeah, I am a crier.
I'm a crier too. I would say that
No tears, Kai.
No, I cry all the time. Oh my god, I love to cry at anime and films.
Okay, I'm the only no tears here then.
Yep, you
you're
are.
a badass.
Yeah, I'm strong.
You're strong.
I'm real strong.
So it's a boy meets girl. It's a romance film, right? I think that there's some. My notes were that there were some really good directing choices, and I'm very sad that the director did not come.
I thought we weren't allowed to.
It's the
talk about it.
No spoilers.
The
But
Akudama Drive director.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's very, very talented, very
Yeah.
capable.
He's sick. Yeah.
good dialogue, a lot of dialogue, a lot of like symbols that came back up later in the scene. Great, some good scenes. My problem was that it was just like it's like very Shinkai-esque, you know. And this is kind of what I wanted to ask the producers afterwards, but I didn't because I'm not an asshole. But somebody else.
We were
did.
even
did for
talking
you though, so
we were even like messaging each other during the Q&A. Like
Yeah.
yeah, and Kai was all like, should I go up there and ask about Shinkai? And Sen's like, no.
no.
But it's like lovers
It
across
didn't matter
time,
anyways
like
because
the fantasy, you know, that separates them, and they, you know, and it's like it's very obviously this doesn't get made if your name hadn't made a bajillion dollars. I don't know. And the producer was up there. There were two producers, one who actually worked on the film, and the other guy who just like greenlit the film, right?
Yeah.
And the author was there too, and
the author, and then also the music composer.
Yeah, the composer
right? Was there too. Yeah.
So it was kind of hard where one person even asked like a very explicit directing question, and everybody was like, I don't know, man, you'd have to ask the director.
Yeah, he was like,
so.
How did you come up with the storyboard for this specific scene?
Yeah, the point of view.
They're like,
point of view.
None of us know.
Gosh.
But still, it was really cool to get their answers on a lot of things. I liked it. The Q&A afterwards with the creative team.
I did feel bad for the producers and stuff because a lot of the questions were mainly for the author.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, like I wish I knew a lot more about production. Right. Otherwise, I would have gone up there and asked a production
Same.
question.
Oh god.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then after that, we actually went out to eat. We left the con.
Oh, yeah.
We went to go get some ramen.
Yeah, at
Dayaka
ramen.
Which the most famous picture we have is of Sen with their disgusted face.
That's just what I look like all the time.
Good. I love it so much.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That ramen was delicious.
Was
really
it?
good.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
That's good.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I loved it so much that I ate Sen's leftovers.
You could eat more than one ramen?
They left their leftovers in my cooler, and then by the
I
time
thought you meant all at once. I was
No.
2 bowls? Oh my god.
Did you enjoy it, Danny?
I did.
Was it good?
I did. It was delicious. It did not go to waste.
Did you eat the leftovers
so.
without Sen's permission? Is that the context?
No, I gave permission.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna
Begrudgingly.
wasn't just gonna throw it out. Like
I did.
Perfectly good ramen.
I did drink James's sparkling water or whatever it was.
Oh yeah,
and he was,
the
pissed
ice
about
stuff.
it.
Yeah,
He was like
you had
actually
his
upset.
favorite one. That was why.
This black raspberry sparkling water.
Yeah, it was the black. Yeah, well, the black.
You don't got a
cherry or
name tag
something
on
like
it, it's
that.
fair game.
Oh, yeah.
But to be fair, I did bring like a shit ton of snacks for
You
everybody.
were so prepared.
So.
Thank you so much, Danny. That was great.
Did you do the classic peanut butter and jelly?
I did the Uncrustables. Yes.
Oh, Uncrustables. Okay, I thought I was thinking like
I mean,
actual
what
like
other-
loaf of bread with peanut butter.
What other
No.
road trip
That works
snack
too,
is
though. That
there? I
works
mean,
too.
let's be serious. You know?
I got like 2 different ones. I got the classic peanut butter and jelly grape flavored, and then there was like the Nutella. The Nutella Uncrustable, which those were pretty good. I liked the Nutella one.
You had the spicy
So-
veggie sticks, and when I woke up and I took the Uber in to catch the Studio Orange panel, I was just munching on the spicy veggie sticks. Those were
You
great.
brought a snack with
Oh
you.
yeah, I did. I was hungry. What do you mean?
Yeah, we're in the orange panel. Then all of a sudden, I look to my right, and there's Kai. Like, here, you want some of the spicy veggie sticks?
Eating veggie sticks at a panel.
They're great.
Dude, it was the most hilarious thing I've ever witnessed. I was just like, okay, yeah, this is awesome.
Jeez. Yeah, we had a good time, and then we went back and talked all Saturday night, didn't we? Or was that Sunday night?
Yeah.
Talked about Saturday and Sunday night. It was great.
Did you guys play any games?
No,
we
no,
did.
Too
we
busy
did-
talking.
Yeah, we did bring games.
You didn't play Cards Against Humanity, the worst
I
game
know,
ever?
we were so prepared.
Yeah.
Everyone
Good.
had
I'm
their
glad you didn't play that
Switches.
game.
Yo,
Oh,
video games.
Switch is good.
But
Should have played Mario Kart.
I know.
but no, I think credit to James once again, because James has like this like hidden ability as a therapist, and we started getting like
Yeah.
real deep on Saturday and Sunday night about like,
Everybody was crying into his arms.
basically put us on the couch quite literally. Yeah.
Doesn't he work in IT or something?
Yeah.
Maybe
He
that's
does.
why.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why. He just views all of you as ones and zeros.
No, it's quite the opposite.
He can see the Matrix.
Yeah,
He sees the
It
Matrix.
was like very high emotional intelligence type thing that I never really think
Were
about.
you guys drinking or partaking in anything?
No, we
You
didn't.
don't have to say,
I
but
don't drink alcohol.
No.
We're boring.
Yeah. We
did
kept
you
it.
you got high on life?
We were just honestly getting high on everyone's energy and just like embracing that we are finally meeting each other in person. So
I also think that I was too tired from the con to even think about partying or anything like that.
it's okay. Calling out King. Telling us like that, like he's like, I better see, pictures of everyone partying and everything like that. And I'm over here like, get out of here. Like, this is a convention, dude. Like, I'm gonna be too freaking tired to like go to freaking after parties and just.
You gotta go to the rave
drunk.
and dance with
Like,
all the 19-year-olds, Danny.
Oh, brother.
No thanks.
Get some glow sticks.
No.
Get sweated on and gleeked when the people talk.
I
and the
don't
spit comes out.
understand how people can like go to an after party and then wake up at like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning to go back
They don't
to the
wake up that
convention
early.
at 9.
They don't do that.
Dude, I can't do that anymore. I
No.
got
Well,
all
the
that out
young
of my
people don't.
system.
They just wake up late. They just show up at like noon or something.
I got all that out of my system when I was younger. I cannot do it. Nope.
I can do
No.
it. I live that life.
Yeah, Nick is
I burn the candle at both ends.
Nick is out here still partying.
Hand on
or
the middle.
whatever. I can't even do it, dude. Can't even do it.
Well, we did wake up at 9 a.m., head back to the con, and get to the studio trigger panel. Or was it 9 a.m.? It was 10. Maybe it was 10.
It was gonna
10:15.
start. Yeah, it was gonna start at 9:15. So like we did get there early, and while we waited, because we did get there at 9 a.m. and it still wasn't starting, so we did kill time to go to the there was, like,
comedy
the comedy
whatever.
AMVs that were
All that
going
shit,
on.
all that shit went straight over my head. Oh, my god.
Okay, so this
No idea
yes.
what I was watching.
Okay, let me tell you what you were watching. You were watching the winners of the comedy section of Otakon's AMV contest from 2006 through 2008. So, I don't know, maybe other people were in the anime fandom back in the time or knew what was going on, but literally everything was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, it was Azumanga Daioh, and there was a little bit of Haruhi Suzumiya in there too. And boy, can I tell you how far our culture has come in such a short time when listening to these comedy AMVs. It was like looking at Martian culture or something. I was like, whoa.
It was honestly because I actually remembered some of them that were playing. Like I saw them on YouTube when YouTube was still like itty bitty baby YouTube and everything. I was just like, holy shit! Like I'm back in the 2000s. Like this is insane.
They were just canceling themselves left and right.
It was
Basically.
It was
Yeah.
AMV Hell 1.
Hey, that's back when comedy was good. Am I right?
Dude.
We had Anchorman.
No.
We had Dodgeball.
No.
I'm gonna tell you, hey, I love Dodgeball
Oh,
as much
I'm
as
talking.
the next guy,
This is anime comedy, I guess, so it's different.
No,
but,
comedy in general has not aged well. It was so remarkably unfunny to the point where I was.
Oh, it just wasn't funny. It
was
was just
terrible.
like that.
Yeah.
It was just like LOL random XD holds up
Yes,
sport.
it was like yaoi paddle things. It was like.
Yeah. Who wants to glomp?
Exactly.
Let's glomp.
Exactly. It was that type of stuff, Nick, and you would have cringed, even though you're closer to that than anybody else.
Oh, I would have enjoyed it.
Yeah, you would have embraced the cringe.
Yeah, so when it was time for the Q&A panel, everyone else went to the Trigger Q&A. I didn't really have any super interest in the Trigger panel. I mean, Trigger isn't my favorite studio to begin with, so I wasn't really all that interested in the Q&A stuff. So I went off on another fan panel that I was interested in. And that was Not Your Average Family of Best Non-Parental Figures in Anime, Which, again, this was like a fan panel, and I'm not even going to talk about it. All I'm going to say is I could have done it better. That's all I'm going to say. Okay,
Maybe
you guys
should.
can...
Yeah, I was about to say.
I should, yeah.
2024, check out Danny's panel.
Literally after that panel, I left, and I think I told you, I said, I think that last panel, I was so disappointed with it that it inspired me to want to do a panel myself.
That's right.
That's
Just
So-
steal someone's idea and do it.
Yeah,
better.
exactly. You know, Kai, I'm gonna need your help with that, because I'm gonna be too terrified to do one by myself.
Oh, can I tell you that I had the same thing happen when I went to Anime Boston one year. I said, I can just do this better. And the panel was, I don't even remember what the panel was about, because the person literally had a panic attack when they were trying to get up in front of you, like to the point where they
God.
could not speak.
No.
Like I was feeling bad, and you can't leave. You can't like you know. So I
That's kind of funny.
no, it was very sad.
No,
It
that's
was
not
extremely
funny.
sad.
No.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny hearing about it. I wouldn't laugh seeing
No.
it. But it's funny.
Yeah. So
I'm thinking of them as an anime character. That's why.
but the bar, like you said, Danny, the bar is very low, and I think you can clear it with ease. So I encourage you.
Danny will sneak over the bar with the Salisbury flop.
Anyway, yeah, so you guys talk about the trigger panel, since I wasn't there.
The first thing I'll say is that Sen got us right up there. Like, this is a Q&A panel, right? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to ask a question. And then Sen, to their credit, was like, all right, we're sitting second row with me right
Aisle
on the
seats.
aisle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when they were like, okay, we're going to ask questions, then everybody was up, and I was up in like a second. And I was just, all I had to do was stand up, and I was right in line. So that was great. It was, I think it was good. I don't think I learned like a ton of stuff. I thought they had some really good questions for the animators about how about working at Trigger, and you know, they were talking. Otsuka was talking a lot about opening the studio in Fukuoka. Is that right? Am I remembering that right? I don't know. Sam.
I believe so.
Yeah, so they have a secondary studio that they got running, and both those animators were from that studio. That was really cool. Again, they showed all the stuff about the upcoming stuff. They talked about, Otsuka said Dungeon Meshi is a good show, or is going to be good. So I'm a little more hyped now than I
It
was.
was a good
before.
manga.
Huh?
Wait, is Trigger doing that one?
Yeah.
Trigger's doing that
Yes.
one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they
Yes.
did.
That's why they said it at the Trigger panel. Okay.
They did that advertisement for the manga way back when.
It's coming
that
out on
everyone went
Netflix.
crazy for
Netflix wrote the check.
in
Right?
January.
Yeah, January. Yeah, look forward to it. I'm excited. I was not excited before this panel, and I came out of it excited. And the big thing that I asked on my time to get to speak, I asked about the negotiations to get the rights for Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt and Tenga Top and Gurren Lagann back from Gainax. Because famously, those were made by Imaishi and Otsuka back when they were, you know, at Gainax, and then they left to start Studio Trigger, starting with, you know, Kill la Kill and Inferno Cop and all that. So they didn't have the rights to those shows, but now they're making continuations of them, so they must have the rights, and they did get them back. And Otsuka gave this very good answer about how they really, really wanted these rights, and they had to get very good negotiators, right, which I assume would be lawyers, and they finally got it done after years, and he's very, very happy and proud about it, but it took a lot of effort, and they did not give them away for free, so...
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, no,
he
yeah,
said-
that's all
he was
Gainax
like,
had, pretty much.
Yeah, nothing's free, so
Yeah,
it was money issues.
Well, yeah, of course they have to pay for it. Yeah.
yeah. But I'm glad Studio...
But like Gainax is like dead right now, so they're not doing anything.
Right. Shout outs to Wish Upon the Pleiades. But yeah, no, I'm very happy that has come to pass, that we're going to get a new Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt. That is like the thing I am most excited for in anime over the next few years. That and Spice and Wolf.
Yeah, I'm very
No,
excited.
Kai,
for...
Spice and Wolf is
Had to
terrible,
sneak it in
as we
there.
know.
Had to sneak it in there.
As we know from the SmackDown, bad show.
I still didn't listen past the first round. I'm still so mad about that.
Well, you would not mind the winner overall, but anyway, yeah. Anyway,
I don't think Kai would have cared for the winner.
I'll listen to it. I'll go back.
I'm sidebarring. Back to the trigger panel.
What do we do next? I mean, that was the trigger panel. It was Q&A. It was cool. I don't think it was the highlight, but I got to ask a question, so that was neat. What do we do after that?
After that
orange
was the
panel.
orange panel.
In the same room.
Yes, in the same room. Yeah.
This one was
Which
rough.
it was okay. I quite frankly, I think I would have been fine not going to that panel in particular. I think my expectations for that panel was like them talking about like Land of the Lustrous and like their other shows that they have made and everything, and in a way like talking about how like kind of how they did their Trigun presentation. I was kind of expecting that, but with their other shows that they have done.
Yeah, I was really
So.
hoping that they would talk about like more like, technical information. But they were kind of just like jacking off Eiji Inamoto, the CG director. They were just jacking him off the whole time, which I'm sure he's great and is great at what he does. But like, it was just like it sounded like the answers that they were giving to the questions were not very insightful, I guess.
Yeah, you had a good reading of it when it came out of it, that there was like a social situation of them being polite in the Japanese corporate structure type thing and not being honest. Whereas the one producer kind of like asked
Watanabe,
questions.
he was trying to. I think it seemed like he was trying to, and also like it should be noted that he's grew up in America, so maybe his like perspective on these questions was different. But it seemed like he was trying to get them to say more candid things about the studio. But it was just all very nice answers, and they were like, "Yeah, it's great. We work really hard."
We get to make anime. We enjoy the studio because it lets us be creative, like that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. The only thing I got from that panel was that Watanabe has a new project that he seemed hyped about that has not been announced.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Whatever that is, whether that's man, I would love a continuation of Land of the Lustrous, right? Or
Same.
Any what's an anime that you
I
would
hope
want?
it's something
CGI.
original. That would be fun.
Oh,
Yeah,
original,
I'm with Sen there. I personally would like them to do something original. I feel like Orange is at the point where they are the CG studio and they know how to do it right. So I feel like it would be really interesting for them to come up with a story themselves and run with it and stuff. So
So after that, we headed back to the quiet gaming area, and we met up with Ains and TCB for lunch.
Yes.
From the Discord.
Yes. Yep. We met up with 2 more people from the Discord to get one last group photo of everybody. TCB was actually at your panel, Kai.
I didn't see him. I didn't even get to see him on Friday.
Yeah. But yeah, we met up with Ains and TCB, and I think honestly everyone was just super exhausted. We didn't really talk too much with everybody. I think we were kind of like in a rush because the con was ending at 3:00. And I think this is where honestly I probably could have skipped the Studio Orange panel and just head over to the dealer's hall and artist alley to like look at more stuff a little bit.
I know we were on a mission to find that dragon print.
Yes, because I didn't know where it was, and I'm just like, where is this? I need this. I need it.
Did you find it?
So
we sure did.
Okay.
Oh yeah. We ended up finding it, so I was like, yes, okay. But then we were on another mission for you to look for those figures with the glass cases, and we ended up finding them, but we didn't get anything
They were all
there.
overpriced.
Yeah, so
That's okay.
The only thing I had to buy on Sunday was I was very specifically asked to find for my friend who's big in My Hero Academia. She was talking to me about Baku and Deku as a ship. And I was like, I don't even know. I literally have watched 3 episodes. I don't even know who the character of Baku is. So whatever, but I will find it for you if it exists. So I was going all over the artist alley, looking at charms, looking at prints, looking at anything for Baku Deku, and I found the red-haired guy, the red and white-haired guy, in like a
Todoroki.
Yeah, that's not Baku. I learned that's not Baku. I found the red and white haired guy in like a little like heart pendant, and they were like making googly eyes at each other, and I'm like, this is perfect. And then I forget who I was with, but I asked somebody, I was like, is this Baku Deku? And they were like, no. And I was like, shit. So I did find one little charm of Baku Deku. That was it.
I'm surprised there wasn't more merch of them.
Yeah.
It's a very popular ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was pretty much it.
That's all we did. Then we took the Uber back, right? All together.
Yeah, we took the Uber back. And we did meet up with your friend, Kai, at Union Market.
Oh yeah. Okay, so it's 2 stories. First, on the Uber back, our driver was from Ethiopia, and then I decided to ask her about the civil war in Ethiopia, and she was from
bad idea.
No, that's what James told me afterwards. It was like, bro, that was cringe, and I was like, nah, I don't think so.
I wouldn't say cringe. I'd just say that's
her.
morbid.
Yeah, she was great. She was great.
I really liked
She's
her.
from
She had a lot to say.
an ethnic minority culture in Ethiopia and then she was talking to us all about like the military stuff, how it's affected our lives and everything. It was like really cool, really something interesting that you didn't get to normally see. And then
and she
just shows you that freedom ain't free.
When we first got in the Uber, she was asking about the con, and Kai was like trying to explain to her through like language barriers, like in the simplest terms, what everyone was there for, and like saying like
textual criticism
for Japanese cartoons.
Yeah, and then she
was like, oh, Americans are so interesting.
So funny. Yeah.
Wait, what did she say? You guys both said it at the same time.
She was like, oh, Americans are so interesting.
Oh yeah.
That was very fun.
I mean, anime is like
great.
a worldwide thing. That's not really
I guess.
Yeah, but
it's not really an American fascination. It's whole world.
There are people who have no idea what it is. Trust me.
I'm sure there aren't
but
massive
it's popular
anime
everywhere,
conventions in Ethiopia.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Sure.
No.
Civil War kind of puts the damper on your
Yeah.
anime watching. Yeah.
Everybody go vote. Make sure we don't have our own.
Oh God.
So yeah, it's Sunday evening. I had forgotten that one of my best friends lives in Washington D.C. and then he texted me about fucking Pokemon, and I was like, "Oh wait, shit, where are you right now?" And he was literally like 3 blocks from where we were. You know, he had just done his date with someone in Union Market in D.C. and I was like, oh my God, stay there. We're going to get dinner. And we went to Union Market, and it was awesome. I had a great time, and it was great for me, not only because I got to see one of my best friends, but also because he's like really good at socializing. So I could like rely on him to carry a conversation real well. It was fun.
That's what happens when you're surrounded by a bunch of introverts.
Oh, it's the worst part about this weekend. It's like whatever, whatever. You know, it's like we would be like, we would some question or something, or like, do you want to cross the street to Hunter and James and these two, and then nobody would say anything. There would be no
I
response.
don't know. Do you wanna?
And
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, you gotta talk.
And then Kai would just like elbow me, and it's like, okay, Danny, you make a decision. I'm like, God damn it. And like, I'm like, all right, let's go this way. Like,
Well,
Danny's
dang it, I
the
really should have
president.
gone then. Huh?
Like, somebody speak up. Yeah.
I could have saved y'all like 40 minutes of travel time just making decisions.
oh God.
And then I could have got Sen their ketchup, and God damn it.
Yeah.
Still on that ketchup.
They said no pickles.
They said no pickles.
My no pickles girlfriend.
I got you, baby.
I need to get one of those, man. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hunter did end up leaving Sunday because they had a pretty long drive, so they left Sunday.
Yeah, and Hunter was great.
And
Like, shout
then-
outs to Hunter. You know, I assume
Yeah.
Hunter will listen to this. Have us
Oh
talk
yeah,
about him.
yeah.
But,
I know. I mean, James isn't here, but I know James and Hunter were con buddies, so they bonded a lot. I really honestly wasn't expecting to hang out with Sen a lot today. Well, over the weekend, I thought I was just gonna hang out with James this whole time, but I think I was just so excited to go to this thing and like, meet Sen and Kai in particular and stuff. And I was just like, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna link up with Sen because this is
Yeah, we were together like the whole weekend.
yeah. So it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed myself. So
I agree. I think the best part about it for me was meeting you guys in particular, but also everybody else that I met at the con. I got to see so many friends, some that I haven't even mentioned in this, that, it was so socially engaging and charming to connect to people.
Well, James, he did walk around a little bit by himself at some point, and he actually told me and Sen that he actually met up, like a friend of his was vending at the con.
That's great.
So, that was just like a super small world type of thing.
Yeah, so
and everything,
my story was in the Studio Trigger panel. I got done asking my question, then I get a ping on Discord from somebody I hadn't talked to in like 5 years, and they're like, it was just a picture of the back of the Studio Trigger panel, and I was like, hey, what's going on? And we met up and talked afterwards.
Yeah. And then Sunday we pretty much just stayed up talking all night.
We really did.
Again, yeah. I think at some point I did say, do we want to play a board game or anything like that? But no one was. I know a lot of, like, James was definitely tired, and I think he didn't want to really like do like any strategy type of
We're gonna play Risk.
things or anything like that. But we did. James thought of a good idea that he typically does with his friends when they go to events, and it's called Roses and Thorns. And pretty much what it is, everyone does a round table of what their favorite part of the event was and what their least favorite part of the event. So we kind of did that. So I thought it was pretty funny that, everyone was all like, yeah, meeting everybody. And then Sen's favorite part was the knives thong cardboard cutout.
Well, there's a genuine reason for that, because like it was just a moment where you like feel the sense of community at the con, where like everyone's like laughing and taking pictures and putting $1 in Knives' thong. It was just really fun, and I was like, this is what I like about anime and the anime community.
It was a sight to see, especially with that cutout of Knives. So and then Monday we all packed up and
Headed down south.
headed down south. So that was about it. I did put down a couple of questions. Not like major questions, but like, what's next for us, and like, would we want to like do this kind of meetup again, like at Otakon, or like, yeah.
Seems
like a pretty obvious answer. That's a weird question.
I mean, I know that, but okay. It's always nice to just like hear people's opinions.
Danny, we already have couples cosplays planned.
Ah, yes, I know. I know. And we
wait, who are you guys going as?
So we have a couple, like, so one is Sakura and Tomoyo, and the outfit of Sakura that I would like to do is the Froggy outfit from Clear Card.
Froggy outfit's the best.
So good.
Yeah. And then the other idea that we had is Bachira and Chigiri from Blue Lock. And in the back of my mind, I have been I think we also talked about Witch Hat as well, and that you would be Richie and I would be Agate.
Oh, you guys should just do Witch Hat.
So
that'd be a good one. I could be a character. I'll be the Tetris girl.
The Tetris girl.
Tetris girl.
Tetia. Tetia.
Tidia.
I call her Tetris.
The only thing with Witch Hat is that like I don't think it's quite popular enough yet for.
Oh, it will be.
I don't know if like cosplay like sets that you can buy would be available or affordable.
When's it coming out? It's coming out in a year or two?
They announced an anime, right?
There's no news. They announced an anime.
I thought
they announced an anime, but they didn't announce like when
nothing
it was coming
else.
out.
No time frame, no studio, nothing. Yeah. And I'm not excited about it.
Oh.
It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be all CG.
Yeah, maybe that's
Cauliflower Berserk 2016.
Yeah, they're doing Witch Hat.
Yeah.
Oh no!
That would probably not work very well.
It'll be JC staff One Punch Man season 2 level.
Oh god.
Hell yeah.
It's the
No.
Go Hands. What
But
are they
yeah,
doing?
that's about it.
Go hands. Let's go. God.
Yeah. I don't know. That's the long and the short of it. Anything else, you guys?
That's all our day. That's our whole weekend.
That sounds great. I'm glad you guys had a
All right,
great
Sam,
time.
what'd you do on your weekend?
I worked on.
We got a couple hours. Let's go.
I worked on podcast stuff and drew pretty much the whole time.
All right.
Yeah.
I got to see a grown man crap himself at a bachelor party, if that counts.
That's fucking funny. Oh, I streamed. I guess I did a little impromptu.
It was part
stream.
of it was part of a crucible that we put the groom through.
I did a little.
He had to clean it up.
I did a little impromptu stream, and that's fucking hilarious, by the way. I fucking did an
So I'm
impromptu
just like, I'm not
stream.
listening. Fuck you. Wow. Okay, I did some drawings. Not even going to acknowledge the elephant Dookie in the room.
No, that's fucking funny. No, like because I was like, hey, everyone's out of town who wants to hang out with me, and so I did a little impromptu stream, and I was gonna give away a Gundam aerial kit, and then I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna give this away yet because I didn't give enough people a heads up, and there might be some people who are not here who might actually want this, so I'm gonna wait. And I forgot to talk about this earlier when I was mentioning all the other stuff, but I will be streaming. So like when you hear this, if you're hearing this on Friday, the day it comes out, tomorrow I'll be streaming at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I will be building a kit that you guys voted on me to build, which you all voted for the wrong one, but fine. Just kidding, bitches. But like, yeah, no, like, I will be building the aerial kit, and then I have the other one to give away. So like, if you guys want to win an aerial kit, you guys want to get into Gunpla, or you are already a builder and you don't have the aerial kit, I have an extra one to give away that you can have. So I'll be building that live on stream and just hanging out and talking, answering questions, whatever the hell, and then we'll have fun. But yeah, no, that's all I did. I on the stream I did that weekend, you know, I did some impromptu drawings and stuff, and I kind of made the people who were watching give me a bunch of words, and I drew like this waifu fairy, mushroom fairy. She got a big mushroom hat. It's very cute. I think she's pretty cute.
I gotta say, our Anime Summit logo is legitimately really good.
Hey, you know,
I know that's a different thing, but
I appreciate that, dude. I appreciate that, and
it like looks better than most logos.
and we'll have it on a shirt soon. Nick,
it looks better than most anime characters.
I'll order you a shirt, Nick. What size are you? Like extra small or what?
Extra medium.
Oh god.
Extra medium.
What size banana hammock are you? Medium?
No, so are you a medium? Should I get a large then? So
Yeah, medium. Yeah.
oh, medium. Okay, I'll get you a medium.
I'm small.
I'll get you
I'm
a medium.
small.
Yeah, no, that's all I did. So I mean, I'm glad that you guys had a lot of fun, and you know, I'm glad Nick had a lot of fun too. He seemed to be going ham. He was partying on a boat. And then
bachelor
getting
party.
fucked up and
there was a wedding. I couldn't make Otakon because of the wedding, and it was a fun wedding.
doing
a fun
cocaine off of somebody's back or something. Jello
No, we
shots
didn't
up
do
with
that.
belly
We did a lot of
buttons.
drinking the first night.
You got fucked up or what?
So there was a crucible. For some reason, we decided to have the groom. He instead of like doing the stripper thing. I don't think anybody does strippers anymore at bachelor parties. That's not really. I don't think people do that anymore. But anyway,
Yeah, not really. No, I don't think
instead of that, we put him through this like Jackass style crucible. You guys have seen Jackass,
oh, like a gauntlet.
right? Yeah, like
Yeah,
a gauntlet,
yeah.
pretty much. And like we had like we dressed up as some of his ex-girlfriends, and like we had wigs, and we drew stuff on our shirts.
Oh my god.
I was Chantel. And I looked it up, and that's a French name, so I just became offensively French.
Oh no.
Boy.
I pretended to be Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast, and that was funny. And then one of the guys, I forget who. I don't know what the context of it was, but like every group has like a crazy guy in it, right?
Yeah.
Or someone not crazy, but like someone willing to like go over the top.
Like they're gonna go
and
there.
this is actually the theme. This is actually the theme of every bachelor party. Is this one guy? I'm not naming any names, but this one guy. You always gotta. So the groom always has to extract something out of his ass. So,
Oh no.
What?
Boy.
now that's hazing. I got to get married, so it's my turn, you know. And like people were like gagging and like throwing up.
Oh my god.
I appreciate how much Nick wants to tell these stories about the bachelor party and everything, but like it's been 2.5 hours and I don't know that I can.
Oh yeah, we got to get going.
No, dude.
Anyway, yeah, you guys had a much cleaner
You guys
time.
don't
and
understand. Okay, real quick before we get out of here, you guys don't
You
understand.
guys got to rate Otakon at the end
Yeah,
too.
you guys don't understand. I'm gonna say this real quick. You guys rate the con, okay? But you guys don't understand. Nick's a fucking dog. Okay, like he came over all stupid, and we're all getting drunk, and you know we're all getting dumb and whatever. And I don't even know, dude. Everyone's just we're all having a good time. Somebody got in a fight because some other girl came here and cheated, and it was some other bullshit. I don't fucking know. Anyways, it was really fucking funny because Nick had all the girls helping him create a Tinder profile.
Oh god.
It was really fucking funny.
I need help. Well, Nick, you have no chance, but we're gonna try.
Yeah, this is awesome, dude. Anyway, yeah, no. So obviously, the best part of the weekend was, of course, meeting each other and hanging out and talking all night and all that good stuff. Those are always the best parts of cons, right? But so just the con itself, right? Like dealer's room.
Yeah, how would you guys
Panels.
rate Otakon? Like what numbers?
Artist
or,
alley,
like,
everything.
You don't have to give it a number, but like of the conventions you've been to,
Yes.
where would how was this one? How did this one go?
Should I rate it out of 10?
Whatever you want to do. You don't have to
Okay.
give it a
Out
number.
of
That's
5
fine.
out of 10, whatever, yeah.
I'll give it a number. I would rate it a solid 7 out of 10.
Nice.
I think that I don't know. I could imagine guests that I would be more excited about than who they had this year.
Sure.
And I don't know. Some things the crowds in the dealer's room were a little hard to get through. But everything else was great. I enjoyed spending time with everyone. The panels that we did go to, a lot of them were really, really good and interesting. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, sometimes when they're planning like dealers rooms and like how you like the flow of traffic or whatever,
Mm.
all they're thinking about is like safety exits, which is obviously like the most important thing. But then like the
Right.
second thing you have to think about is like how it will flow and how people will get in and out of it. And sometimes they don't do that; they just think of safety
Right.
only.
Oh,
And
they never
sometimes-
do that.
Yeah.
Every convention is a fire hazard.
Yeah, sometimes it's
If something happened,
Yeah,
you'd all be screwed.
well, the worst ones. They don't even think about the safety parts at all, and they just don't think about anything, and they just put it.
I mean, no matter how much they do, like
Yeah.
if something bad happens, you're fucked. But anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, 7. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. What about you, Kai?
Yeah, I'd echo that. I think that some of my most or the highest highs that I've ever experienced in a con situation were either just some extremely poignant fan panels that inspired me to do better,
Sure.
meet up with authors or stuff like that, content creators, or big events. Like I mentioned, one year at Otakon, I watched the East Coast premiere of Promare with 10,000 other people right in that giant ballroom, and people were losing their shit when Leo and Gallo kissed and stuff, or when Deus Ex Machina pops on the screen and then everybody gives a standing ovation at how stupid that is, and it's like that's a moment I'll never forget, right? So I don't think there was anything like that here, but I thought there was plenty here that made it a totally worthwhile and engaging con experience, even outside of my favorite part of meeting and connecting with all these people. So I would say 7 out of 10, absolutely.
Nice. Okay, Danny.
So I definitely haven't been to a lot of cons, not as much as Kai has at least. And this was my first Otakon experience. The last like big convention that I went to was New York Comic-Con. So, and I definitely did have a lot of fun then. And then when I moved down south, there are like little local conventions, and I mean they're okay. I definitely don't really go to any panels at the local cons because they're just, top 10 best shonen characters, and like, it's just something that I'm not remotely
what do you do at the
interested in.
local cons then?
So
party?
no, I spend money on figures and more prints, and
Oh, it's like a daytime thing for you. You just like go for a bunch of hours and then you go
yeah,
home.
I'll go like one day. I won't go like the entire weekend and stuff. So and if there are any like voice actors there and the lines aren't crazy, then I'll meet them and stuff. I really don't do a lot of autograph signings, because especially at big cons, because there's just so many people there, and there are things that I want to do rather than stay in line for hours.
Mm-hmm.
So but the con itself, I think I will bump it up to a 7.5 out of 10.
Danny wins. Danny had the most fun.
I mean, I did. I've gone to Comic-Con, and Comic-Con is great and stuff, but I feel like Comic-Con is a very different experience, and it's more of a Western type of thing, even though that they do have, some anime there. Like Viz Media has been there a bunch of times, and they'll have that stuff, but it's definitely more focused on the Western American comics versus anime. So going to a big anime convention like this, I really had a good time. I did wish that a lot of the guests who were there were ones that I was more interested in and more excited to go see. So
Yeah.
but hey, maybe next year or something. I don't know.
You guys should come to the RaleighCon next year. They always have like very decent guests.
I am up for
Contemplated.
anything. I'm up for anything.
Very contemplated.
Dang East
So.
Coasters. You're so far away.
Yeah.
We need bullet trains.
Yeah, we do. We do need bullet trains. We just hop on that bitch.
I want to say though that if we count everybody that we met this weekend or everything outside of the con as a social event, 10 out of 10.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why I preface it by saying obviously that was the best part, but yeah.
So.
Well, that's great. Glad you had a good fucking time without me.
Well, come with us
Plane
next
ride away.
time.
Shut up, Danny.
God, you know, like we could easily pick you up at the airport. It's not a big deal.
No, I was busy, dude. I had to go to the bathroom and feed Honey Bear and stuff. So yeah.
Whatever. It's
Anyways.
fine. You don't want to meet me. It's okay.
So, anyways, I still haven't met Nick yet, which is wild to me. But yeah.
Get out of here.
Oh man, I'm glad you guys had fun though. That's really cool. And we haven't done a con report in a while, so this is really fun to listen to. And I kind of told myself that the next con I would go to would be so I could have an artist table there and sell my art. But unfortunately, earlier this past weekend when I was looking up cons to get artist tables at, they're all either sold out or are cons that I don't want to support. So
yeah.
They're expensive to have a table, right?
It's
you gotta
expensive
pay
to
for
yeah,
it.
it's like
table,
I
too.
think that's the one I was looking at was like $200 for the weekend, and
Oh, that's not bad.
the one I was hoping for in November was like $300, but they're all sold out.
That's not bad either.
They're all sold out. Yeah, I mean if you can make
at
if you can make it back.
at Magic conventions, it's like 10 grand.
Oh
Guys.
God, what? Jeez.
But it's like dealers selling cards, and so they make
Oh,
their
sure,
money in like a
sure.
second.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Artist Alley is like it's cheaper than having an exhibit
yeah,
table, vending
yeah.
table. But
And
like,
you have a much smaller footprint. so,
yeah, but it's like it was like $300 for this one I was wanting to go to, but they're sold out, so all the space is gone. But yeah, I don't know. Like I would love to do that, and I also would love to do a panel at one. And
Yeah.
I mean that's always fun. I've never done a panel before though, so it's like that's kind of scary to me.
And
but
an Anime
like,
Summit episode live and unplugged.
yeah, live and unplugged.
Yeah.
Here's our.
Acoustic
That's
set.
Wingus. That's Dingus. Yeah. Here's a picture of Honey Bear.
It was funny when Kai was applying for the panel and he's like messaging me and it's all like, I don't know what I would do.
Oh yeah, trying to get Danny to do represent
Yeah.
Anime Summit.
I would have done
Yeah.
it, but I just wouldn't know what to talk about. So
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I feel like we if you and I would do one, like we would definitely have to get on voice and like really talk about and like kind of list out the things that you and I can definitely have a good conversation with and stuff.
I think once you start looking into it, you'll find that there's plenty that you can give an hour-long panel about.
Yeah.
Man, there's like 15 topics up my butt right now that I
Yeah.
could do either podcast or panels on.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just like, man, I got one right now. I'm just gonna list all the animals I like. That's easy 4 hours right there.
Yeah,
You know what I
you
mean?
know what actually is next on the list of content on my channel is going to be In Defense of Holo the Wise Wolf. Yeah, that's going to be my next video.
Here we go.
Stay tuned to youtube.com/clearance.
You should have posted that before the bracket, Kai. Come on.
brother. Anyways, I'm glad you guys had fun. That's really awesome. So, hey, if you guys want to hear more Kai content and stuff like that, you can go. There's a link in the description for your channel, Clear and Sweet. And if you want to hear more Sen, again, there's that Studio 4C episode we did on the Plummet, and also their OnlyFans where they do pictures of their hands, just their hands. You can follow in the link in the description below.
And also,
It's expensive, but worth it, honestly.
Also, you're making a joke, but I do want to point out that Sen has been on the Clear and Sweet channel on YouTube. Go
They have, yeah.
listen to the free Eternal Summer episode of our Kyoto animation breakdown,
Yeah.
which is a good one. I like that episode quite a bit.
It was great, and I've never seen Free, so.
You've never seen Free?
No, I haven't. No.
What?
So I'm still has to watch On Sale.
What the
50%
hell,
off.
brother?
50%. There's literally a parody fandom of Free called 50% Off. It's amazing. It's on Octopimp channel.
Yeah.
It's the best. I told you that story, right? That the guy who did that voices Axel Lowe in Guilty Gear Strive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did.
I
That's
told
right.
you,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a thing. Oh my god. Anyway,
Axolo, the worst character. Anyways.
yeah, he sucks.
Hey, I love you guys very much. Thanks for listening every week and supporting us. Of course, and I mentioned this on our live stream and such like that, but you know, we're coming up later in our summer first impressions, so it'll be kind of like a mid-season impressions, and we're probably only going to do one episode of it, and then, you know, we'll do our review when it comes, obviously.
We're doing a Chungus episode.
We're just doing the Chungus. So, and probably just going to talk about what we're already watching and not, you know, go through the whole list like we normally do, or not whole list, but, you know, like how we give, at this point we've given...
What interested us, we'll pick a bunch of stuff and we'll each...
Yeah, because at this point we've given most things a try already, and it's just like, you know. That being said, if you're not watching The Masterful Cat, then you're doing it wrong, and I don't want to hear about it. If you're not, if you watched that show and didn't think it was good, then get out of here. Fuck you. Okay, I don't give a fuck what you. I don't give a fuck how you feel about it. That being said, I love you guys very much. Thanks for listening every week. I've been Sam. That's been Danny. That's been Nick. That's been Kai, and that's been Sen. That's been Honey Bear. And this has been the Anime Summit Podcast.